Okay. Okay, cool. Great. Um, that's a banger. What's it rent out for?
2,300. It's like the same of Mount Clemens, actually, like the same numbers. And I was thinking like, but the taxes are pretty low there. It's not like Mount Clemens most likely. And I was like wondering, is it like a bad deal? Because I didn't see a lot of buyers jumping into this deal. So I wanted you to check it for me and let me know if there's like an issue with the deal.
It might be the house itself. House kind of ugly.
Yeah, the house
Oh,
was actually used as duplex. You will see different flooring because it was mainly used as a duplex, 3 beds unit and 2 beds unit.
I'm
But the roof
concerned
is three
about the
years old.
condition. Look
Mhm.
at this room. So here are my thoughts on your deal. I think your numbers are awesome. I think the house is beyond ugly. Um, you're under contract.
Oh shit.
Can I share my screen?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so a house being pretty really does have to do with whether or not it's hold on, I'm sorry, getting text. Oops, apologies. Uh, hold on, guys. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Okay, yeah. So look at this. What's that? What is that?
Oh yeah, that looks bad. Yeah, I didn't
It
check
it
that.
looks like I took a pickaxe, I hit it really hard on the roof, and then I pulled that thing until I scraped off all the siding. And then after that, I made sure to mess with the structural integrity of this. I mean, this thing is supported by just 2 wooden beams right here, and you can see that the entire thing is slanting. So I think people are scared of this house. Another factor could be the street view and what this area looks like. This could be in the deep hood. So let's look at the street view. We damn near don't have paved roads, but yeah, that's the problem, man. Look at this house. That's a problem.
Oh,
Look at that thing. What is that?
yeah, that does not look good. Yeah.
So yeah, that's it's not your numbers, dude. It's the house. It's just where are we right now? You know? So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
I'm afraid of this. Uh, it's a condition thing, man. It's a condition thing. You just got to look at the photos a little better. Farron came back really nice on condition, but look at this. You know, just it just is as you look, this is massively slanted. There's a gap in between here. This thing is just like as I look at look at that, man. That stuff's got to be
Shit.
addressed. It's just you know, we can be in not the best condition of the world. By the way, Farron needed 10K. Farron needed 10K in repairs, but it still went through. It doesn't have to be perfect, but as I look at this property, man, look at that cabinet. Look at the floors right here. Look at the
Yeah,
bathroom. You know, there's no
that
cock.
does not look good. Yeah.
Do you know what do you know what this is? Do you guys have
Oh
the
yeah, absolutely.
so if you don't have that in a house, which this does not have that, what can happen is what happened with my house in Colorado a couple days ago. Water seeps behind here and the entire like wooden frame rots out of the house. So this is just a
Okay.
problem property, man. This is a fix and flip. This thing probably I'm oh yeah, man. This thing's gonna need like
Oh shit.
it's gonna need like 30K. I just see issue after issue after issue, and I get it, like, overall looks to be okay, but this is What is this? What is this? This looks like a shed, man. It's just so yeah, that's why, man. You gotta get your houses looking at least kind of okay, and then in a kind of okay location because this thing is scary, dude. This is scary. I would tell my team to push it for like a $1,000 assignment fee just so you don't have to cancel the contract.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like anything, like after seeing this condition, man, like okay,
Yeah,
I don't understand it right now.
yeah. So what I would do is I tell the agent, "Hey, I sent my representative to walk by the property. There's a ton of structural issues with it. Like I'm a little worried about this." And I would say that. That's what I would say because I and then the only takeaway, you're doing great work by the way, but the only takeaway I really have here is really zoom in, like especially on cash deals. Really like look closely. I mean, we have really clean deals from time to time that just need the world in rehab and you'd never know.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. That's a fault. I'm sorry.
No, why would you be sorry? You're crushing it, dude. What he guys, he's sorry and he closed a $15,000 deal today. Crazy. And I don't mean closed as in
And,
like the
and
per
to my close too.
oh,
Same thing, same day.
it's just
Yeah,
unbelievable. He's so Yusuf is getting $14,000. He's a 20 you're 21?
me too. Yeah.
He's 21 and he's doing this from Egypt and we already talked about this, but now that you've just been paid out, the money's on the way right now. It's not like, "Oh, maybe I hope it's on the way right now." "Oh, I have to take this. This is to sell one of my houses. I'm so sorry." Just the man I wanted to talk to. How you doing, Bobby?
Good man. How you been?
I've been okay. It's been a up and down year, but overall, lots of growing pains, I'd say, but we're figuring things out. How about you?
Yeah, about the same. Started a electrical business, been doing that for a year, and experienced the growing pains myself. Tried the partnership thing and the employees thing. Still working on that one.
Yeah. Well, here's my plan, man. This is what I'm trying to do. Um, well, I was I actually thought about it. I guess we could still do this, but there's a tenant. We just moved a tenant into 14 Villa Rosa, and they're actually paying over PITI by about $140. So now it's no longer losing money, and this is less of an urgency for me because it is a tax shelter. Owning this just reduces our taxes. So um, I, th- I it's not really costing anything. It's fully renovated and it's breaking even, and it reduces our taxes per year. Um, so I guess we might as well just dig our feet in the sand and just wait a little bit longer. But honestly, I'm fine for us to just continue owning it in the current arrangement we're owning it in now.
Okay, I think that's about the only mid that makes any sense. And as you know, I think we're headed into like an inflationary period. So
Oh, what do you
there's
what do you
maybe
think? I don't
some
know. I you got a crystal ball. You got to let me know. I don't know.
doesn't take crystal ball to see where we're going to getting ourselves in another war and oil and all this. And every time that this happens, they print money, value of dollar goes down, therefore value of real estate goes up. Not that that really matters, but at the end of the day, I think that the home could be worth more than we could sell it for in the next like year to 3 years would be my guess, just based on watching the market for the last
Wow.
decade or so.
Wow. So because I've been conscious for a decade, so you'll have to help me out. Um,
Sure.
you're thinking that because we're in this war now, they're going to print more cash. The Federal Reserve is going to print more cash, and then what's the correlation between more cash being available and that is it just that people have more money so they can buy more real estate, so real estate goes up? Because you'd think that the kind of the value of the money would go down if they printed more, but I'm just guessing. I don't have an economics degree.
Well, let's say that that home is worth one gold bar, and the value of a gold bar is equal to how many chickens or how many milks you can buy with that one gold bar. So that's the standard that never changes.
Okay.
As we print money, the value of the dollar goes down. So that home, even though it's still worth the one gold bar, it takes more dollars to equal that gold bar now. And from our position, we just want the value of the home in dollars to get above what the payoff is, and just buy us out for our interest in the property so that we can be happy and park that money somewhere else where it's going to make more of a return. I hope I'm making sense, but
well, I hope it goes up in value. I mean, that would be great. We haven't really seen anything go up in value for like 5 years, so hopefully soon.
yeah, super weird, but you know, that was a hedge fund house. It's in a hedge fund market, so they don't look at properties in these markets for no reason. It's like right on the edge of Atlanta. Atlanta's going to continue to grow, so at some point it will have to increase in value.
Let's just hold it. It's lowering my taxes. We'll just hold it. I was thinking more so in that line when it was vacant, but we actually just got a tenant in there, so we're not bleeding anymore.
Okay, amazing. That's really good news. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Anyways, well, I guess we're all good. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
Cool, brother. Thank you.
Talk soon. Bye-bye. Anyways, situation there. I had a house that was vacant for a while, but and can you guys hear me? Hopefully. I had a house that was vacant for a while, and it's not in a good area. Like it's not a crime area, but it's kind of far from the city, like 45 minutes away from the city. So I was thinking about just giving it to my partner on the deal, but we rented it out, and owning real estate reduces your taxes. So I guess we'll just hold on to the property. But anyways, what I was saying is Yusuf has $14,000 due to him right now. It's on the way. And this is kind of insane because where Yusuf lives, I don't think they make that in a year. Yusuf, how much does like a normal person average like median income? What do you think it is in Egypt per year?
5,000 according to ChatGPT.
But what do you think? Come on, what do you think? Do you really think that's the case? I don't know.
No, like maximum, I would say 3,500 to 4,000. Like this is like maximum. If they had like 5 years experience or something.
People you're telling me that people in Egypt might make $3,500 per year.
Yeah, this is if they have experience, but most likely they will not even make like 1,500 or 2,000 maybe or something.
Yusuf, how would you answer this question? Does this path only work in the US? I'm not from the US.
Hell no.
Guys, he's in Egypt. He's in Egypt. But that's just crazy to me that you're getting what you're saying is 5x what people make in a year. Can you guys imagine getting 5x your yearly salary from a couple months of wholesaling? But keep in mind, how many of you closed before this?
8.
8?
Yes.
Have you calculated your total proceeds from this business?
Yeah. When those deals closes, I will be making 24,000. And the year still didn't end. Yeah.
Wow. And this is year 1 for you. So when you learn how to when you get more efficient with this, I mean, it's already speeding up. You can see it speeding up heavily now. I mean, you've got this just massive exponential curve of your deals. So that's great. Do you know how many were cash out of those 8 that you've closed?
Cash. I guess all of them are cash except 2, the seller financing, Mount Clemens, and another deal that I sold to one of my buyers in Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah.
That's great news. That's great news. You guys want to see some deals that we closed today? It's pretty insane. And by the way, maybe I heard this wrong. Are you buying your mom a car?
Yeah. How did you know that?
Somebody told me.
This is Lexi, maybe Lexi.
Lexi. Yeah, Lexi. Lexi said you're buying your mom a car. You're at 21, you're gonna buy your mom a car?
Yeah, absolutely. This is my dream. Like here in Egypt, like she raised me for like a really long time, and she paid all of what I need and what I don't even need, but I want. And this is how we treat our parents there. Like, you guys have like raised me for like 21 years, and then I have to get that job and pay and buy whatever you guys want. Like this is my main thing. This is why I'm looking to make more money, actually. Not for myself, just for my parents.
Wow. Well, that's really honorable of you, man. That's really awesome. I got kicked out at 17, so it's a little bit of a different culture over here. So anyways, let's look at some deals. Let's look at some deals we got here, guys. Some really interesting stuff in escrow today. Check this out. Somebody here got this for 80K. Who did that? Who did that? Whose deal is that? Guys, this is listed for 160K. Y'all picked it up for 80. One of our buyers bought this cash, not with a loan, cash for a $10,000 finder's fee today. Sometimes y'all just get lucky. Sometimes you call somebody and they're like, "Oh, okay, all right, yeah, it's time." No inspection, sight unseen, 80,000. It's just absolutely disgusting. And another one. This is barely a discount. Y'all got this bad boy for 90. We sold it for 95 today. Isn't that insane? So deals are heating up. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm coming to see that real estate is pretty seasonal. During the months of probably November to February, it's pretty slow because of weather. It gets really cold around a lot of the places in the US that we do deals, and real estate just slows down heavily during this time. So I would say it's probably 40% of what we typically do. We probably process 40% of our normal volume during those months. And then outside of those months, I mean, guys, it's like 15, 25 deals per month every month. And we are coming into that time right now. So if you've considered getting started in real estate, considered becoming a deal finder, now is your time. You guys see me speeding up. I bought a property 2 days ago on stream. I'm getting wired $24,000 for the renovation now. And I'm going to start my rehab on that. Then I'm going to get that thing sold. Might actually list it on the MLS this time just to see how that goes. Another fun thing that's happening this Friday, I will be receiving a check for between $65,000 and $75,000 for the flip of 12136 Thornridge Road, Oklahoma City. We had a buyer who was asking us to do the world in repairs. They wanted us to put in an entirely new sewer system. We weren't willing to do that. And by the way, this is what a clean house looks like. So we dropped that buyer, found a new buyer, 365, 5% agent commission, which I'm paying as the seller, pretty standard. And yeah, $70,000 from this bad boy right here. So I'm pretty excited about that. I kind of unintentionally became a flipper, and now we're full steam ahead. Okay. Let's continue. Yusuf, I'm beyond impressed, man. What a story. Keep going, okay?
Appreciate it. Thank you. Richard, one quick question. You remember the deal that I talked to you yesterday? 2 days ago, the deal that I have in River Road. Did Joseph got back to you? Because, when you first called him, he told you he's interested, but then he didn't respond to Shell about the deal.
Checking.
I sent it. I sent it to you via DM. Of this one here.
Oh, this is the 6th unit.
Yep.
Dude, I just haven't done any deals like this. We do 6 units, but this is always on creative financing terms. I haven't had a lot of luck closing stuff like this. Especially something like this, because remember, if they're buying it with a loan and we see something like this, it's kind of like, what's going on here? It definitely doesn't quite fourth request to bring me up. Imagine you're in line for a restaurant and there's 6 people in front of you and you're like, "This is my 5th time asking to be ordered food from, and I should cut the line. What's wrong with you guys?" Bro, can we lock the fuck in? Lock in, Matt. Lock in, bro. Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. So this deal, I think it's a deal. I think it is. What is that? Why does it look like that? I'm trying not to put them in as many text group chats. I just
No, absolutely. I'm sure it will not be the best deal too, but the cash on cash return is there. And when you talk to him the first time, he told you he might jump on it, but he's not getting back to Shell. He's not even saying that he will not buy it or not. That's why I thought if you can give him a call and just to know if he's going to jump on it or not, so I can cancel the contract simply.
Okay. I would just say we're kind of relying on our buyers list on this one. I just don't know if it's something that Joseph buyers are interested in. it's just I haven't had a lot of success selling stuff like this. And this is an interesting property. For example, they took the floors and they put it on the wall. You see that?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I just saw it.
Look at this.
I need to be more accurate when I look into the
It's
condition.
it's
Actually, this is a bad thing that
well, it's not actually that bad. It's just when we're doing a cash deal, we want it to be immaculate. And honestly, as interest rates are as high as they are, people really like these cheap properties just because the interest has such a smaller effect on the purchase price when it's cheap. So maybe somebody will pick it up, but man, I have never sold a multifamily in cash above the price point of probably $200,000. It just, and when I say cash, I do mean with a loan, but I just I don't know why, man. It doesn't. I understand the return is there and the condition may not be that bad, but for whatever reason, it just has never worked for me. So I've never told people to say, hey, if this 800K multifamily has 30% cash on cash return, lock it up. For whatever reason, I guess they just don't sell. I'm not sure why. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
No, absolutely. This is I understood. Alrighty. Thank you. And yeah, we do have like another deal with a new method with Pam actually, and yep, this like 600 to 100, 600,000 to 100,000 assignment fee coming up with Pam. So yeah, that would be like crazy.
Do you need anything from me on that, or are you all good now?
I don't know. I guess Pam would tell you if we need your signature on any of the contracts. If you can bring him up, he will let you know.
Sure. Absolutely. I might see if I can compensate out of assignment just to get it to close. Huh. Yeah, I can bring it, Pam. We can bring it, Pam. Yeah, if Pam wants to come up, we can talk about that. No worries if not. I'm not trying to take any money out of your guys' deal. It sounds like an awesome deal.
No, we will send you the JV. Actually, we already talked about it. We will send you the JV, and it will be like a JV between you and me and Pam on this deal.
Only if you need it, man.
Yeah.
Only if you need it. I'm not here to try to step on any toes here. But I'm happy to help if there is anything I can help for.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Talk soon. And then maybe just text Pam. I don't know if Pam's available right now.
Okay, I will let him know.
Cool. Mara is marketing my deal. Can I come up and check the math? Yeah, take just a second. Let me get through these other people. Guys, I'm just trying to get through the list. I don't want to bring up like a million people. Hey, Pam. Yusuf told me to bring you up in regards to, I guess, some sort of deal you guys are working on. I don't know if it was a credibility signature thing or something, but he told me to ask you about it.
No, it's all good. It's just the JV that we'll probably sign, but the seller has to sign their contract first anyway. So the TC sent it out, and she CC'd you on the email too. So it's we're just waiting on them to sign.
Okay, dope.
But, yeah, 60K assignment when it does.
Okay, cool. If there's anything you need from me, let me know.
Definitely, thank you.
$60,000 assignment fee. That's pretty crazy money right there. I don't know who's next. Was it this chicken person? The chicken? There's a chicken on my screen. Was it you? Were you next?
I have the mortgage takeover one.
Yeah, absolutely. How can I help you?
Yeah, so they were super interested on the phone. I sent them over an email. I sent you a message of the email. I just don't know if it's a good deal. I just put everything into buy box and I used it based on that. But on buy box, it was saying about down payment 20,000, and then I put 12,000 to the cash or 12,000 to the seller, and then covering closing all that along with.
I will say
commission.
It does need to be a house for our buyer. Guys, be nice. It does need to be a house for our buyers to pick it up. This, unfortunately, is not a house.
Okay, so it has to be like a house, not condominiums.
Yeah. I always talk about the hierarchy of real estate, but I think it kind of goes like this. You have multifamily, like maybe a quadplex. Our buyers love a quadplex, then triplex, then duplex, then single family. And then within single family, it would go 2-bed, 1-bath. And then below 2-bed, 1-bath, you have condo. And then below condo, you have mobile home. So condos don't typically go up in value a ton of money. They do go up in value a little bit. But something interesting to consider is Yeah. So get this. In 2003, this thing sold for 120,000. A valuable question to ask is, what is $120,000 in today's currency? Let's find out. What is $120,000 in 2003 worth in today's currency?
If you had $120,000 in 2003, that would be worth about $212,000 today, depending on the inflation.
Now, keep in mind, they've been on market for 3 months. So that's the price that it sold for about, what is that? 2003 was 22 years ago or something. The price that it sold for over 20 years ago is equivalent to the price that they're unable to get today. Real estate investors think about that stuff. Then beyond that, it negatively cash flows as well. Your HOA is $265 per month, and it just keeps going up and up and up and up. The HOA can raise their price to whatever the hell they want, and if you don't oblige by that fee, they'll take the house from you. So investors kind of hate condominiums. What they really like, and something to consider here is, you could buy a house in Detroit for 1/4 of that would appreciate faster and cash flow about 150 times the amount. And I know you're like, 150 times, and I say that because it's negative cash flow. So I want to show you something. Check this out. That one's been there for 171 days. So actually, I own the neighbor's house. But you could probably get this thing for, I don't know, maybe 100,000, given it's been here for that long. Each side is going to rent out for $950 per side. So 950 times 2 is going to bring you to 1,900. And if you buy it for $100,000, check this out. You are paying $755, and you're bringing in $765 per month. So this thing makes you $765 per month. Per year, it makes you $9,180, and your total cost of entry is $25,000, meaning that your cash on cash return on this bad boy at $100,000 would be 36%. Now, if we run the exact same equation for the condo that you showed me, which seemingly I've lost.
I think it was negative something.
Yeah. And then factor in,
it was purchasing the property, and I don't know.
Yeah, so these are investors. We sell to investors, and investors really care about maybe 2 or 3 things. They care about appreciation, they care about cash flow, and how much it costs them to enter the deal. And if the house doesn't appreciate and doesn't cash flow, it's only for one type of buyer, and that type of buyer is somebody who might want to live inside of this property. So the only time that I've ever wholesaled condos is when they're like this. Check this out. We've seen a couple students do deals on condos over here. So something like this, this can be wholesaled, this thing right here. And you're like, why? And I'm like, well, it's a condo in Honolulu. And Honolulu, it plays by different rules. You know, you post something like this on Creative Finance Terms, and people are like, I want to move into that. Why? Because it's in Honolulu. And sometimes we find that these people are open to it. I'm not telling people that y'all should go after this, but I have seen really big assignment fees from people. You guys remember Tink in the Discord? Braden Tinkman, he did a $40,000 assignment fee on a condo just like this one in Honolulu. So it does happen from time to time, but it's super uncommon. But if the deal is in like Colorado Springs or just a normal market like that, it's hard to make it happen.
Okay. And then when it comes to just, it needs to be a house or like multifamily. And then when it comes to like the actual assignment fee, like what does it calculate? Because on Buy Box, it's automatically 5,000. Like what makes it more or less?
I'm sorry, can you rephrase that? Are you asking what drives an assignment fee over 5K?
Yeah, I guess so. So like what makes it say like a 3,000 assignment fee versus like the 65,000 or something like that?
Yeah. So our average assignment fee is $8,000, and I'll show you 2 from today. So where'd they go? Here they are. Okay, this is a 10K deal. I think it should be more than 10K. But this thing has been here for not an incredibly long time, but they got it for 80. They offered 80. The seller said yes. I don't know why. They made one call. Seller said yes to 80. We sold this thing for $10,000. I think we might have been able to sell it for a little bit more. This one right here is very low hanging fruit, meaning that it's anybody could go after this. Anybody could have gotten this, and I would consider this to be sheer luck. If somebody had showed me this deal, I probably would have been like, I need a deeper discount, man. This isn't much of a discount. But guess what? They got it for 90K. That's not that big of a discount. Taking somebody from 118 to 90 after 2 months on Zillow, you haven't done that much, but nonetheless, we still sold it for $5,000. Now, as far as this deal, is it repeatable? On occasion, if you got this discount, maybe like 7 times out of 10, you'd have to cancel it. 3 times out of 10, it would sell. So I'm not a big fan of offering close to list price like this, but sometimes it happens. And if you're wanting to drive your assignment fee above and beyond 10,000, let me show you a deal we had closed today. And then if you want to drive it above 20,000, I'll show you a different one like this boy right here. Okay. So this is a duplex in Detroit Metro. It's just above Detroit. And Yusuf, that guy who was up here earlier, offered 520, 52 down, 2,000 a month. The total PITI is 3,300 and it will rent for 4,600. That's not great. It's not amazing. The fact that you're paying 33 and it rents for 46 and the down payment's 52, yeah, not the best. However, 0% interest, meaning you build 50% equity in just 6 years' time with your pay down of 2,000 per month. So crazy equity play allowed this to sell for a $15,000 assignment fee. Now this is a $50,000 assignment fee. It's 2.1 million, $150,000 down. I think there were $6K in payments to the seller, but I could totally be wrong about that. Jesimar will correct me if I am. And it was bringing in actively $19,000 per month. Your all-in payment was probably somewhere around 95, rented out for 19 or so. So this was a $50,000 assignment fee. And if you want to go above a $50,000 assignment fee, I've only seen it happen once or twice. I do have one of them right here on my desk. This was a package deal of properties, and it was a package of portfolios. So this was a $102,500 assignment fee. And what this was 3 portfolios in Michigan, wholesaled by a group leader, Ann Garrett, in Hold My Hand Wholesale. So this was pretty insane, very, very rare. As I said, our average fee is $8,000, and you should probably expect to have 20 to 50 conversations before you get that $8,000. However, that can be reduced over time as you learn exactly what our buyers are looking for.
Okay. Awesome. I
Yeah.
appreciate the help. I'll most likely, if they do respond, I'm just going to say, never mind or whatever.
Yeah. You know, I would just, the only way that I sell these non-cash flowing deals is if I get them for $0 down, and that's on houses, not condos. So kind of hard to make that one happen if I'm being real.
Okay. Yeah, because that's mainly what I'm looking for right now is the mortgage takeovers, just because it seems a little easier for me to do. But that's the main stuff because the creative finance seems pretty fun.
Yeah. So I see students like Yusuf and Pam and Jesimar having immense success with seller financing. And if I were to point you in a direction, what city are you from?
I'm in Colorado Springs. I've been looking at like Maricopa. I just had a couple areas in the Springs that I wanted to try out.
Yeah, I own a house over there. It's pretty cool. So I own in Aurora, so right over here, right here, I think.
Yep.
But
Denver. Yep.
if you were to remove your boundary and then go to a city that nobody thinks about, is this Pueblo? I hope that's not Pueblo because
Pueblo is pretty big. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to go to, I don't want to go to a rural city, but I want to go to this, and this might, I don't do a ton of deals over here. If I'm being real, it's rare for me to do deals over here. Most of my deals over here, but the way that I find people doing deals like really successfully is they find a weird area. So for example, a couple seller finance deals, the location off the top of my head, Jesimar did his 50K deal in Meriden, Connecticut. People live there, but we've never heard of that. Yusuf did his deal in Mount Clemens, Michigan. People live there, but we've never heard of that before. So I like to find, you got Columbus and you got all these places that people think of when they're thinking about doing deals. But when you find a major city And then you go to the outskirts of that, like Syracuse, New York, right? We've all heard of Syracuse, but how many of us have heard of, gosh, I mean, there's a lot of listings over here, but what is this? Rome? What is Rome, New York? This thing right here, it's been there for 118 days. Let me random dial this guy and see if he's open to seller finance. He's probably not, but this is the type of property where they would be open to it. So my first step here is I'm going to go ahead and plug this into PropStream because I need to know what they owe. Because imagine they owe like 180. My offer pivots to your type of offer where we take over that debt. So step.
We use XLeads currently for the like taking or getting like all their mortgage info.
Yeah, awesome option as well. Great. So they bought it for $6,000 in 2004. And they don't have any debt on the property. They've owned it for 23 years. I'm gonna call them and be like, yo, what about $250,000? Watch this. I have no idea if they're open to this, but the reason I've picked this is because what is Rome, New York? Okay, people live there, but not a tremendous amount. And for the people who are gifting to me on TikTok, that's very kind of you. I really appreciate it. Don't feel like you need to do that to get my attention because honestly, guys, it's like a cent. Like at the end of my TikTok live stream, I frequently make like 30 to 50 cents. A much better way to have a conversation with me would be to continuously comment something, like not spam it, but just like every couple minutes comment it if you're on TikTok or Instagram. Or just join the Discord and we can chat on the Discord as I'm talking to this guy right here. But let me just make a random call, see if I can pull something from it. Oh, the call just failed. Hold on. He picked it up, but the call failed. By the way, I think we're getting your deal on Allen Street walked right now, like scheduling for Mike. Why is the call ending? What's going on there? He's picking up the phone and then the call fails. I guess I'll try one more time. He just read my message. Come on, bro. I'm gonna try him one more time. He's picking up. Watch. He'll pick up and then it will fail. Hello?
Hello.
I'm so sorry about that. It looked like our call was failing. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Hey, I'm a landlord in Pennsylvania. I've got one property up there. I just stumbled across your listing that you have in Rome. It's the one on Floyd Avenue. Are you the listing agent on that?
Yes.
I don't have a buyer's agent. I'm just making an offer directly to the listing agent. Is that okay?
Sure can.
Perfect. Lender had a couple questions I wasn't able to answer. Are you guys currently occupied or vacant?
The one on Floyd Ave?
Yeah, 521 Floyd.
521 Floyd has already got an offer on that one.
Oh, you guys are under contract?
Yes, we are.
Congratulations on that. All right. Do you guys have any other listings?
I do. Can you give me your email or your whatever you have there and I can send it over to you?
Perfect. Do you mind texting it to me? My email is a bit flooded at the moment.
Sure. What's your text number?
It's this one right here.
And just text it to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your name?
My name is Richard Taylor.
Okay. I'm going to send some stuff over to you, Richard.
Thank you. I'm largely looking for multifamily. I would check out single family if it cash flows.
Well, I just put 4 units on the market.
What's the address on that?
Let me send you the information because I got it all in a package.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
All right, Richard.
Bye-bye. Okay. Well, it looks like the deal is already under contract here. But that's the type of guy I call. You know, small time realtor like that. He's got a listing that's kind of not in the middle of nowhere, but removed from the major city. And obviously that's not going anywhere, guys. But that's what I see people having success with. They find a really interesting city. It doesn't have to be in New York. You know, let's find something else. You know, this is looks like Ohio. If we went to Lexington, Kentucky, which we've all heard of, and then we go down a little bit, there's a small town known as Richmond, which is not in the middle of nowhere. It's just a suburb of Lexington. Finding a multifamily here, multifamily, and then finding one that's been on the market for ages, or just calling all of them is an excellent idea. Like this guy right here. Looking at this, oh, it's stunning. Oh my God. Wow. That's a nice property, guys. If you could get that on seller financing terms, oh my goodness. They've got to be Airbnb-ing this. Oh, it's mixed use, it looks like. This is a mixed use multifamily. So on the bottom, it appears to be, I don't know, some kind of store or it looks like a I got it. Guys, come on. Let me call on this. Let me call on that. I love that. This is just great. This is the type of thing that I see people seller financing. So I'm looking. What, we can't look it up on PropStream? SD, AR, where's Kentucky? Oh man, I feel like I'm blind if I don't have the mortgage balance. Oh, I own in Crown Point. Well, you know, I can't look up the mortgage balance, guys, and honestly, I hate offering seller finance when I don't know the mortgage balance, and I would imagine they do have a pretty hefty balance, and the reason I say that is because of the condition, guys. The house doesn't get in this condition with no money invested into it. I mean, they've put a lot of money into this. Like everything is custom. Like they got custom mirrors in here, guys. Look at the sinks, the faucets. I mean, they could be over leveraged. I frequently see houses like this owing 900,000 and being listed at 900,000. Anyways, that's the type of thing I'd recommend you guys seller finance. It works. You probably have to talk to 20 people, but it works.
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Talk soon, man. Bye-bye. All right, I'll bring up another batch of people right after this. Jack's been very patient. What's going on, Jack?
What's going on, Rich? How you been, man?
I'm well. How are you?
Living the dream, brother. Just a quick question, man. So my a partner of mine, we do a couple other businesses, but he's got a house currently where we currently live. I sent it to your DMs actually. He's interested in selling because he's scared of what's going to happen, with the markets later down the road, and he's Muslim as well, and he's connecting more to God, and doesn't want what's called riba, which is like interest in our culture.
It's haram to charge interest, either to collect it. Right. So what we could do is we could offer him the interest up front as the purchase price, offering him over market value, and then creating a seller finance note for him.
Yeah, so he already owns a couple houses actually, but he wants to sell one of them currently. I DM'd you the address. He has a 140K mortgage on it. House next to him sold for about 350. He bought it in 2021 with a 2%, 2.5% interest. It's PITI about $1,000. It brings in about close to 3K. The upstairs just got the upstairs we just renovated. So I do like a little bit of help on his houses. We just did a full kitchen, got like everything. Everything's been done. You can actually check it on Zillow.
Great.
Please don't share that. Obviously, it's
of course.
Personal. But you can check it on Zillow. We did literally everything. We painted everything, and then we had Section 8 come. They checked it out and they critiqued us like hell. We had to fix like the dumbest things. I don't know if you've dealt with that, Rich, but
I've heard of it. I've never dealt with it before, though.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like he was like, the paint is chipping, and I'm like, where? You know what I mean? Or he's like, the outlet is like, oh, it's crazy. The electrical box downstairs has the holes in the electrical boxes. He was like, you need to plug those and get a thing from Home Depot. But yeah, either way, we got a Section 8 tenant now. It's $1,650 upstairs. Downstairs is a family friend. They're paying $1,200, but you could easily do $1,500 easily because obviously, like I said, the upstairs is identical to the downstairs. So yeah, overall, it's a really nice house. He's very open to like an open conversation with you. He's very serious on selling, and he could be like interested with some sort of like of seller finance, I guess. But it would have to be like a hybrid, right, Richard? Because
Probably
he
so.
owes 140.
Probably
Yeah.
so. Yeah. So, okay, his estimate 230. He owes 140, and there's substantial room for a hybrid given that he brings in that much. So yeah, I see that he owes 140. This is so doable. Okay, what's he looking for that? What's his desired price point?
I mean, he really does not know, but like I said, literally, like I was gonna buy the house a couple of doors down, but they went for like 350K. It was ridiculous. So we, it's the same thing as a 6'2", 3-bed upstairs, 3-in-1 and 3-in-1 downstairs.
So here's what I'll do.
So if he owes 140.
Let's hit him with
300K.
275. So the estimated value based on all the comps is 256. Let's go 20 above that, $275,000. We'll go ahead and it'll look like this: 275. That PITI is about 850. You said, or 1,000?
1,000. Yeah.
1,000.
So it's like selling principal. Insurance is very low, and then I think like altogether it's like literally okay. He told me altogether PITI.
Okay. So and is it rented for 3?
So upstairs is 1,650.
Nice.
And then downstairs is, like I said, it's a family friend. They're at 1,200, but you can easily do 1,500 if you'd like to, either take them out or
well, that's great. That's very, very good. Okay, so is the bottom unit the same size?
Correct. It does say on Zillow it is a 6'2", right? If I'm not mistaken, last time I checked, it should be a 3-1-3-1.
Yeah. 6. So we got a 6'2" duplex, 3-1-3-1. Same. So we probably get 1,600 up on the other unit too.
Yeah, I mean, Section 8, yeah.
Is that
I mean, it's a very desirable area where we're at, by the way, Rich. Like, it's like a very walkable area. It's up and coming. I mean, his house went from 150 to almost, like I said, like 350 in that area and within a couple of years.
Oh, so he might be looking for more than 275. We can.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to make him a good offer.
The house next to him sold for like 350, if I'm not mistaken, right? Literally,
is it a comp? Like it's a similar property?
Very similar, actually, a little bit like less in terms of what they've done to the place, as much as what we've done.
Oh yeah, actually, I do see a ton of. Wow. Okay, guys, this doesn't reveal anything, but look at this. So these are your prop stream comps. Actually, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, because I'm looking to make him a good offer, and obviously I'm just using online data, so I don't ever know if that's the real value. But yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I see a ton of comps selling for the 3s. Let me just look in the area really quick as to what's for sale here, because we can offer above list price up until a certain point. I just want to find out what that might look like. So bear with me for one moment here. I can't share my screen on the address, guys. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so you got that. North Park. Delaware. What is that? Is that Delaware?
Are you looking around like the park?
I'm trying to line up the property on Zillow with Ellenwood Ave.
Yeah. So I've actually also got a condo on Ellenwood Ave. I mean, it's a very desirable area as well.
Come on, where is it? Well, I see a lot of 400s, man. I see a lot of 400s. Multifamily 400K, 6'3". Yeah. Multifamily 400K, 6'3". Multifamily 4. God, everything's a duplex here. Wow, everything is the same duplex. All of these.
They built like during I think the war, and they needed like a lot of housing. A lot of this area is where I currently live, which is why I want to talk to you. I mean, there's so much opportunity here, Rich. But yeah.
400. Okay, 400. 400K. 140K of that is on a loan. $40,000 of that is a down payment. And then $220,000 is seller financed. And it has to be at 0% for this individual.
Okay, yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I mean, for his,
yeah.
so is he he can't deal in interest, right?
No, he's totally fine with interest. Just like he's getting closer to his religion more and more, and he's like, I'd rather not have to do with interest, but he doesn't really like care. Obviously, at the end of the day, he's held this house for a few years, and he would rather have more money to be able to do more things with it, obviously.
So the way that I'm going to structure it, because I think I'm loading the top end. I think you could probably get somewhere in the threes. 400's a lot, but $400,000, 140 of that is a loan, 40 of that is a down payment. And if you guys have been curious about how to structure a hybrid, this is how you do it. You're just breaking down the part. So 400 is the purchase, but 140 of that is already owed to a different institution. $40,000 of that 400 will be a down payment, which is our 10%. And $220,000 will be seller financed over a 7-year period so that we can refinance you out. And if it can bring in about $3,200 per month, I just need to check your taxes on this bad boy. You're looking like,
and you could see like when we added the pictures for the rent, Rich. I mean, it's in really good condition. So like it would be a no-brainer for honestly.
Right. So yeah,
and I'm local. I can help any buyer that is actually interested with anything they need as well.
Well, if he agrees to this, 100%, if he agrees to this, it's getting done. I'm just trying to figure out your taxes and insurance right now. Do you guys know taxes and insurance? It's telling me that the taxes are less than $1,000, which would be insane.
Yeah, it's I think it's literally 1,400, 1,500 if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, I think they just recently raised it here because of due to it's insane. They actually raised it at the whole town, so I think it's actually closer to 3. But either way, I'm pretty sure it's like $250 a month.
$250, and then
I can get you the exact number.
Insurance. Well, I'll probably call it another $150, so maybe $400 in P&I, which is decent, pretty good. So you might have a monthly payment of $1,400. It can bring in $3,200. So we probably want to offer him payments.
The monthly payment is like closer to $1,000 actually, Rich. It's very low. Literally everything I think is below $1,200.
I mean, with principal and interest on top, but unless you're saying the 1,000 includes taxes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably offer him.
I'd get you like the exact numbers later if you'd like. But
I'd offer him $700 a month towards the remaining balance, with a balloon payment on year 7 of.
So let's see. So 700 a month would get times 12. So you're at 8.4K monthly times 7 years. You're gonna pay down by about 58K. Call it 60K.
Yeah, 58.5. So 220 minus 58,800 would be 161,200.
Okay, 161. And then the value of the house would probably be closer to 450. Let's call it. Well, I don't know. In 5 years, what do you think? In 7 years, what do you think, Rich?
Geez, so unpredictable right now, as your friend is saying.
I know. That's honestly why he's looking to get out of it, man. Like this is like the markets we're all kind of scared.
It does seem. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. Real estate is often measured at 6% appreciation per year, but that's not what we've seen in recent years. In many markets, some markets yes, other markets no. It's. Oh, I'm getting a call from the mobile home park. I got to take this. But do you want to go ahead and relay the offer I just put in the chat to your guy, and I'll go ahead and bring you up tomorrow. Actually, stay up here so I can set a reminder. I got to take this. What's going on, Brett?
Hey, Richard, just working on this right now. I got a little bit of a response from the other seller that was kind of dragging his feet a little bit. So what we're looking at, they want to see if you got a draft of what that trust agreement looks like.
Sure, I can get it over to you.
Do you have it?
Yeah.
Shoot me a draft of that. They'll take a peek at that. I think they want to have their attorney take a peek at that. And one of the accountants that's advising one of the other sellers, he had some concerns about the the trust acquisition agreement that you're structuring. To me, they're unfounded, so we'll have to just kind of work through those. He said, hey, well, if a payment's missed, then we're stuck waiting for contractual removal rather than proper foreclosure with legal protections. And honestly, it's usually sounds about the opposite.
Well, what's going to happen if so the way that we're going to structure it is it's going to be like 90% ownership of the trust, but with all responsibility to upkeep the property and keep it in the shape that it's in now and improve it, along with paying the debt. And if payments are missed for a period of 2 months, we're going to have a beneficiary of the trust who will be the closing attorney. So it's not like I have to agree to give it back to you, because obviously I'm not going to want to do that. So it's a conflict of interest for me to say, oh yeah, no, trust me, I'll just give it back to you. The closing attorney is going to be the beneficiary of the trust or the decision maker in the trust, and the closing attorney is going to be the one to decide whether or not it's going to be returned to the previous owner. And something interesting to consider is that they're on the trust that owns the property. So it's simply giving them the other portion of the trust that we have purchased off of them.
Correct. So, the closing attorney, are we picking that attorney, or?
I would, so when it comes to closing these things, as I said, I wouldn't even know how to start a trust. It's more about who I know. And it's going to be up to my transaction coordination company, not my company, more so a transaction coordination company that closes all of these for us. And they're going to pick the closing attorney. Usually they figure out who a local attorney who can handle this is after we have an agreed upon offer. But let them know about what I told you here so that they understand, well, hey, no, we're not going to have to go through the foreclosure. It's going to default back to you. And I'm not the decision maker for that. It's the closing attorney that upholds both ends of the agreement and holds everybody accountable. Because I totally realize the conflict of interest.
Okay, so the attorney is going to be a neutral third party, obviously.
Yes. Looking out for the terms of the agreement, making sure that those are upheld.
Okay, perfect.
And if you guys want to speak with a seller,
it's non-judicial, so there's no court process or anything like that. Just that beneficiary goes, hey, this is not right.
it's going to be in the operating agreement of the trust. It's going to state within the trust, if payments are missed for 2 months and the other owner of this trust can prove that this has not been made, whether it's the mortgage payment or our seller finance payment, without foreclosure, the property defaults back. And honestly, even without a trust, you can still structure that agreement using a deed in lieu of foreclosure, which is not legal in all states, but is legal in Idaho. So a deed in lieu of foreclosure can also be attached to provide further verification that, hey, you are not having to go through a foreclosure process. This entire entity is returned to you within a week.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we probably wouldn't even need the deed in lieu of foreclosure if there's, not even a full transfer of title, right? If it's just
exactly
what you're describing. So, okay, that makes sense. So, yeah, just need a copy of the draft on it.
Let me go get that for you right now.
And it looks like what we're going to do is we're just going to outline a couple of these terms that we're talking about now into a counter, just so that it's part of the whole purchase and sale that we've already kind of had a back and forth on. And this way, everyone's clear as to what happens next, and we'll put that into a counter after they review that trust agreement. I don't think I'm going to get that counter for you tonight, because they're going to want to see that trust agreement. So hopefully they can take a look at it tomorrow and get your counter tomorrow after they've looked at it and go, all right, yep, this looks good. It makes sense. Obviously folks that are unfamiliar with this are going to be having some questions, but from what me and the first partner have discussed, everything looks good. He's ready to sign. So we're really close. Okay,
let me go ahead and call the firm that closes these for us. I'm going to go ahead and get a copy of that, and I'll send it over to you immediately.
Okay. All right. Hey, thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thanks. Okay.
What an excellent agent. He's really working for me here. It's been awesome. Allow me briefly to get that document so I can send it over to them. Maybe I'll put it in the Discord too. Come on, TC team, come on.
Your call.
I had one. I just don't know where it went. Damn, whole team AFK. Where did it go? I literally had one.
Thanks for calling.
Come on. Maybe Garrett has one. I think Garrett has one, actually. How would I do this with the house I'm living in? I'm currently paying the mortgage. Brown, are you wanting to sell your property? Let me know. No? Okay. Jeez, what's going on? 3 for 3, no answer.
Your call has been forwarded to an.
Where was it sent to me? Was it emailed? Did Lexi send it? I think Lexi may have texted it to me. Documents. Oh, yes, that is right. Yep. Found it. Should I throw this into the Discord for y'all? Yeah, I think that's a yes. I think that's a yes. Just a sec here, guys. I'll throw it into contracts.
What is it? A mobile home contract, Rich?
No. It's a sample trust doc, and we don't act. Oh, here's Garrett calling me. Hey, it's all good. I was just gonna ask you for a sample trust doc in case you had one, but I found one.
Okay. Thank you, Richard.
Absolutely. Bye bye. Have a good one, man. Bye bye. All right. And then let me throw this into the Discord. Gas station open to seller finance. Can't do 30% down. Let's go ahead and let's hit them with 10% down, and then we can make that deal happen. Unless you're doing 30% down and they're in second position, we can do that interesting deal structure there, which is fragile, but maybe we can make it happen. Hey, Tango, would you go ahead and report the issue that you're experiencing to hashtag support? If you go to support, you can tell that directly to our developers, and they'll go ahead and fix that. So we rely on you guys to give us feedback, constructive criticism, so that we can fix our end. So hashtag contracts, and then contracts for mortgage takeover, and then here is a while we don't send this agreement to the seller and use the contract above, sometimes they want to see what the real trust documents look like. The contract we use is simply a placeholder for the document attached. Okay, now that let me just make sure that that's doesn't have anything sensitive in it. I don't think it does. No, it's been redacted. It's safe. Okay. And then I'm going to email that to him. Let's go ahead and go. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Just a sec here. Done. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., remind me to bring up Jack.
Okay, I added it.
Okay, I got you locked in for tomorrow. I forgot what I was going to bring you up for already. What was we talked about your deal. I sent you an offer. Am I bringing you up to see how that was received?
Yeah, how it's received. And Rich, we said like over like, you know, obviously the 7 years, would we be able to refi if, you know, God forbid, whatever happens to that market?
Oh, yeah. So, let's run our refinance expectations on that. So, your guy, we can actually figure this out to a T if you just give me a second. Your
Yeah, you're fine,
guy
take your time.
had an initial loan amount of 157. Do you know his interest rate?
Under 3, 2.5, I think.
Okay, so 2.5, and let's just say that. So he has owned it since
2022 or 2021, if I'm not mistaken.
he's owned it for almost exactly 5 years. So
Oh, really?
he's 5 years into it. So we just proposed a 7-year term. So 7 years from now, that would have been 12 years into his loan, meaning that his loan should be at 107,812 in 7 years. So he should owe 107,812 in 7 years, and then we should have paid down the principal balance that we owe him to. What was that figure? 161.
Yeah, 160.
161,200. 161,200. So in that time, we are going to owe $269,000, and conservatively, let's just say it's worth 400 in 7 years. Conservatively, obviously more than that, but let's just say if it's worth that in 7 years, I can refinance 75% out of 400, which is 300,000, and we will owe him 269,000 at that time. However, a lot of the times the buyers just refinance the equity because they like the interest rate on your underlying loan. So chances are that loan would stay in place at the balloon, and we would just refinance the equity that we owe you, the $161,000. But there's enough equity in the entire deal to refinance both the equity and the mortgage at the balloon.
And then what about if you because you know with the TAA, obviously, like if you don't pay consecutive 2 months, you know the house gets back to us, for example, or whatnot. But would that be the same with a hybrid?
Absolutely, 100% yes. And that goes for mortgage payment, or that goes for the payment we have to him of $700, and then also, gosh, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, DTI, his debt to income ratio. So his credit score is being bogged down by this. That's going to return to where it was pre getting that debt. And if he needs an explanation on that, like an actual mortgage underwriting explanation, there is a guy in the Discord. Where's our mortgage broker? Seller New Loans. Yeah, Seller New Loans. This guy right here. He's a more independent mortgage broker who understands trust acquisition agreements, does not work for my company, who can explain exactly how it will come off of his DTI if that's the first question he has.
Yeah, because I think that will be definitely a question he has. But if he has any more questions, can I bring him maybe on this?
Yeah. I've got a reminder to bring you up tomorrow at 2 p.m. And if you're like, well, we should talk tomorrow too, I'll set another reminder that, well, I guess tomorrow's Saturday or the next day is, but yes, 100%.
That's awesome. One more thing, Rich, about this RV park. Are you gonna keep it or is it a hold or?
I've got a couple options here. I can and I'm kind of considering this, but we're still pending. We got the agreement initially, found out there was debt on the property, restructured the agreement. Now I'm overcoming trust objections. But my options are twofold here. I could either pass it off to my partner who's actually in the chat right now, and he can buy it, or I can throw down $100,000 in cash and perhaps get equity and payments from the property passively while not being an operator, or B, or C, I guess, we can wholesale it to his connection who might pay us both $50,000. So there's a number of different things we can do.
And what was it bringing in? Did you ever say?
Well, it's not, doesn't have any properties on it right now, but if it goes for $850 per month, for 66 units, that's $56,000 per month. And there should be, and there should be payments on it of, I think the payments will probably be about like $16,000 or so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's just a lot of tenants. I didn't know that that's, that's that easy to put in that many tenants on at the RV price, but that's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
yeah. I think it's really interesting because the guy I'm working with on this, Jason, he has 4 parks, but one of his parks has full occupancy, which is super rare, and it's 150 units. So 150 units fully occupied. Very, very rare.
Yeah, no, I went to a lot of Pace's stuff, and this is all he talks about now. He's like, one will retire you and everything, and honestly, I'm looking into it myself, so
Right.
I'm excited to see what you do, my man.
Right. I'm hoping that when I get through everybody's questions here, I can do a couple dials on some mobile home parks because it's great.
I got you. I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
Absolutely. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Okay. Who do we think was next? Maybe Mohammed? Mohammed, can you hear me? Mohammed Adam?
Hey, Rich, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. I actually have a multifamily. I was following what he was showing earlier. I'm following a multifamily. Don't have it under contract yet, but I'm gonna send you the details also.
All right, let's check it out.
Oh, yeah, I just send you the details. Made an initial offer to the realtor this morning. And I have the rental as well. If you want, I can send it over here.
1.5 million, down payment 150 plus the commission, but it comes out of the down payment. Payment to seller 5.5. Monthly cash flow 11. Is that occupied 11,655?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Nice. How'd they receive this offer? Would they?
Their only concern is the down payment. So I offered 150. I told them that's not gonna work out, but I can talk to my partner, which is you, and see what he can do on the down payment. I think can raise the down payment a little bit more than 150.
I think 150 is probably the max, man. I'm not gonna lie.
150?
Yeah, and yeah, probably 150 is the max. I don't know if we could go above that.
Okay.
Ask about condition, man, because I'm seeing signs of leaks and weird things. So look at this. Look at the shower right here. You could use this as a justification. Like you see above the shower the watermarks right there, and even outside the shower, and then the weird floor right there. You know, it seems like we could do something like this, but this definitely is not it's not an immaculate condition. Like we can definitely see that in some areas the property may need a little bit of work. It's not terrible. I'm not going to say it's terrible, but it might need a little bit of work, you know? But overall, I do like your deal. I do like your deal. I'd love for you to stay where you are on the down payment. And then your balloon is in 7 years, and then you okay. All right. It is pretty far over list price. $250,000 over list price is pretty far, and then the days on market is 86. So maybe it's worth somewhere around that. But man, they really should take that offer. We're $250,000 over their asking price. That's a good deal for them.
Am I gonna just make that offer, try to justify the repairs, and if they don't take that offer, I'm just gonna follow up with them every 2 weeks.
Yeah, and they should take the offer. Look at this photo. Look at the door. Look at the hanging cabinet. Look at the floors. This thing's a little.
Yeah.
That's an easy justification right there.
Yep. I'm about to use that. I'm gonna send over an email right now and see what they have to say. If they if they come back with like a counter, or if they come close to that ballpark, we're gonna update you on that then.
Yeah, I do think something could happen, but I really, really want you to ask about the condition, man, because this thing just does look kind of messy.
Okay. I can definitely find that out.
Absolutely. Great work, man. Talk soon, okay?
Awesome, thanks.
Bye. I want to say Tensei was next. Sorry if I'm skipping anybody. Can you hear me? Tensei, can you hear me? Okay. I think you're here, but microphone issues. Let's talk to Javi. Hi, Javi.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. How are you?
Good. I have two that I'm kind of like working right now, and I'm not certain that they're maybe the best. So I sent you the address for the first one on. I don't know if you can see that or not, but
You're cutting out just a bit, but I do see a number of addresses here. You want me to look at one or two or both?
the two recent ones I sent you, those are the ones that I have like a few questions about.
Okay. I'm gonna close some of these tabs here. Okay. I will let you know. Most houses in Detroit listed for this price. I think we've had this under contract. I would run away from the first one unless you can seller finance it. This is not going to pass a DSCR inspection.
The Winthrop one?
Yes. We've had this under contract. It didn't pass inspection before. So you can say, hey, I'm going to be real with you. I don't want to waste your time. This is not going to pass inspection. And if they're like, yes, it will, it's not our inspection. It's the lender's inspection. I'm selling my house in Detroit. Like we can literally say this. Hold on.
I think they might know that too because it came to me after I gave them an offer like a week ago that they weren't happy with, and the agent came back to me and was like, "Hey, we'll take your deal now." I think they probably do know that like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had troubles in the past with it. Or
So look at this right here. What I just put in the chat. This is from my lender, and it's he's giving a loan to my buyer, and it's a 30-year mortgage and investment loan, and these are the things that they required us to fix. Install/repair gutters and downspouts, remove debris on the side of the dwelling in the backyard, install smoke detectors, install carbon monoxide detectors, missing vinyl siding. So these are minor things. None of these are big things, but they will not fund the deal if I don't do these things. Now, looking at the condition of this house, or just like a bathroom like this, just a bathroom like this is not turnkey. You know, this plastic insert in here, it just looks like weird over-engineered drywall. I don't even understand what I'm looking at. So when a house looks like that and you're trying to get a loan on it, you're not going to get a loan on it. And you know, you got missing doors, you got little blinds that are falling off. There's a door on the ground. I think we've had this under contract before and it failed at the inspection. So I would send them this number. Tensei, I'll talk to you next, okay? Let me bring you back up. I'm selling. You can tell them this. I'm selling, or my partner and I are.
I gotta just put something up real fast. I just told them that we're gonna go DSCR and that it's just not gonna pass based on the condition. It's kind of like simple, but
Here you go. I'm writing you a message. My partner and I are selling my duplex down the road, parentheses 13605 Tacoma Street. The buyer is getting a DSCR loan, comma, the same type of loan I'd use to buy this. These loans won't fund if there's problems with the property. Check out what the lender said we had to fix prior to closing. They're all very picky, just in case they have to foreclose and resell the property. If we go under contract using a loan, we'll fall out of contract during the lender's inspection. The only way I could do this deal would be a low ball in cash or seller finance. I would imagine you guys have seen this fail inspections in the past. I mean, and then above and beyond that, look at the roof. Like, you know, this roof is at the end of its life right here. So the lender would be like, fix this, fix that, fix this, fix that. But if we got it on seller financing terms, none of that stuff really matters. Somebody will do it themselves.
Gotcha.
That's what I would say.
Gotcha. The other one that I sent to you, I was at first thinking about it might just work just to like purchase and rent it out because they previously had it rented. It says in there what they had it, and that was per unit. But it's gonna probably need like $20,000 in upgrades and stuff. Cause I think they said it needs a water heater, it needs a few other things, and it has a few other issues. So I was thinking about gonna be like a cash deal, like with a loan like that, but obviously it's not gonna pass with that. So I've kind of switched to maybe looking at it as it might be like a fix and flip kind of property.
Yeah, you know, if the house looks like it needs work, really simple solution, offer 70% of ARV less repairs and see if you can find a flipper to buy that thing.
Gotcha.
All good?
Yep.
I don't think most DSCR lenders require an inspection, just an appraisal. You're right. But it was the appraisal that had this issue come back. So the appraiser said, so check this out. It actually says appraisal right here. So the appraiser said, provide photos proving installation of a stove in the upper unit. They wouldn't fund the deal because there was not a stove in there. So it's just the appraisal. It's not necessarily the lender. I guess it's kind of the lender, but it's the appraisal that came back with that. But that's just sort of my experience on this right now. We actually had that debate with an agent, and it's kind of going viral right now. Remember that agent? Guys, you remember that agent who I said I was going to post on social media after I called my lender and he confirmed what I was saying? You guys want to know how many views he has right now in about an hour and a half, 2 hours? He's got 70,000 on Instagram. That suggests the video will probably get a couple 100,000. Could be 1 million. He's got 70,000 views on Instagram in 2 hours. He's got 20,000 views on TikTok, and he's got 16,000 views on YouTube. And that doesn't include my other platforms I post in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Snapchat, and X. So 20,000 plus 16,000 plus 70,000. Yeah, bro's at 106,000 views in 2 hours. Hopefully we could show that to 1 million people. But there's the guy who's saying, my cousin can get you a loan. You know, you're barking up the wrong tree. That's what he said. He says, you're barking up the wrong tree. And it's just like, I got lenders for days in the chat saying, I've been a lender for X amount of years. This is absolutely the case. So it's not necessarily an inspection. It's that the appraisal comes back and says, fix this, fix this, fix this, and fix this. Anyways, realtors are belligerent. But yeah, so guys, as I'm flipping these properties, I'm coming to realize something else. If your house is in kind of rough shape, not terrible shape, but kind of rough shape, it ain't qualifying for the loan, guys. It's going to fall through an inspection all day long. This is a justification for seller financing. It's a great justification for seller financing. Anyways, I'm gonna move on here. I feel like Josh C was next, maybe, or Sammy, either or, whoever's first. And then who was that guy whose mic wasn't working? It was Tensei. I just invited you back up. Tensei, did you want to talk? Tensei, your mic working okay, man?
And you hear me now?
I can. How are you?
Perfect. I'm doing great. I just got a deal under contract today. Just wanted to like bring it up, see your thoughts about it.
Okay. I'm either making your day or I'm not making your day. Is it you want to go ahead and send me that address, man?
For sure. It's a cash deal. I just pivoted to cash, I'm not gonna lie. So the financing was it's a bit tough. So
it is tough, really tough. You know, you got to have 20 conversations before just one person considers that offer. But yeah, let's see that address. Okay, so the rule for these, 20% if occupied, 30% if vacant, while still having a discount off list price. Your price point is 80,000.
Send you all the details. It was originally listed for 100. That was like, it was 2 days ago while we were trying to work out the contract that she moved it down to like, to 80,000. It was listed for 100. So I went off and used 75. I don't know if that's an issue though, but it was listed for 100. Like the price change was really recent.
What is bear with me. What is this? You see that?
I seriously not have a look at this on my days.
Oh my days. Good news is I think it's the basement, so it's not the end of the world. Basement doesn't necessarily need to be finished in properties like this.
Okay.
Hopefully it's the basement. I think it's the basement. Your mechanicals actually look newer-ish, kind of. And then looking at the house, I'm looking at the floors and the walls and the bathroom. Really immaculate bathroom, I must say. Great bathroom.
Yeah,
Winterized.
that's kind of what caught my attention. Maybe that's why I didn't see that other photo.
No, yeah, it's not. It's this could pass an inspection. This could pass an inspection, I think. Yeah. I can't see the roof because there's snow on it. You know anything about the roof?
Oh, I asked, I think she said, I remember, I think she said it had a couple years on it, not too much though. But I did ask about the roof. She didn't mention any issues
They never
on
do.
there.
They never do.
Then again.
Well, actually, damn. Actually, dude, look at this. This looks well maintained as hell. Look at this.
Yeah, and it rents out for about 1,400, though it's not occupied, but that's what like comps on Zillow.
Yeah.
Said it is.
So condition wise, I like it. I like it. That's just your basement. That's just your basement. Let me check your computer's at like 2%. Hold on. Okay. All right, now for numbers. So condition first, then numbers. Zillow rental manager. What price do you have it for?
75. Honestly, I should have gotten it for 70. I'm not gonna lie, but because the rent was in the 14s.
Okay, so let's run this. I'm gonna share my screen on the calculator. So guys, here's how I'm calculating my cash on cash return. You got it for 75. Let's just say we send it to the buyer for 77,000. I'm doing that because honestly, man, most of these deals sell between 60 and 70. But let's just say 77,000. Their down payment is going to be 15,400 at 7% with $250 for taxes and insurance. This is what the mortgage would cost you. This is what's coming in. This is for expenses, vacancy, management, fixes throughout the year. Subtracting the monthly payment. Multiplying by 12 for the year. This is how much comes in yearly. Your closing costs are looking like probably 20,500. Putting you at a 27% cash on cash, which is where you were at too, huh? So I think, when did they lower the price, by the way?
Like 2 days ago. we were going back and forth, and she was like, yeah, we lowered the price, so you might want to act on the contract. Because I was telling her, so like, you know, inspection day has to be at least 10 business days, all of that. So I think she used that as an incentive for me to move faster. But yeah.
Yeah. So we're now selling it at list price, which is a bit of a pickle, but maybe it'll sell. Your return's not bad. It's a little bit below where they need it. I'd say I have like 40% confidence in this. And a big portion of it being so low is that it is the fact that they dropped the price. Perception is often as important as numbers are. The perception here is, you know, you got a contract at 75, it's listed at 80. I could probably get this thing for 70. So that's the perception of a buyer, unfortunately, which is important. But you know, another thing to factor in is that our return is slightly below where I know that buyer wants it. So what you can do is twofold. There's two things you can do, maybe three things you can do. You can go to buyboxcartel.com and you can post your deal on the marketplace. You throw your deal up on the marketplace. People are getting offers left and right. Our inventory is growing by the day. This is our buyers list. You can also pull buyers that buy in this market off of Buybox Cartel. Guys, you can bulk buy buyers and text blast them. Not reach out to them yourself. You could text blast our buyers, which is pretty insane. All of them have opted into text blasting. And then another thing to consider is that you can email blast them as well. So text and email blast our buyers, and you can put it on the homepage here so people go onto the homepage and they see the deal. And then beyond that, another thing that you can do is you can submit it to my dispo team, and then we'll try our best by typing #submit. And then the third thing that you can do if you really want to go crazy on dispo, because I'm trying to give you as many avenues as possible, is y'all can throw it in Facebook. Now, do be wary of your wholesalers here. There are a lot of wholesalers who may reach out to you, so you just need to ask them like, hey, are you a wholesaler? I am looking for an end buyer. Or if you want to work with a wholesaler, you can do a JV with them. But I will say that the perception on this is I'm doing a wholesale deal at list price. How do we text blast? That's a great question. This is not text blasting for wholesale deals. This is text blasting for buyers. So has anybody here ever noticed that I have a link in my bio that says join my buyers list? It's been there for 4 years. Over the past 4 years, I've generated like hundreds of millions in views. Like hundreds of millions of people have seen my content for 4 years. It's currently in the link in my bio. Buyers see my content, they add themselves to my buyers list, and then I'm able to text blast them because they've opted in. They've said, hey, yeah, you can text me with deals. I actually want you to text me with deals. And now those buyers are on Buybox Cartel, and you can mass text blast them your deals. You can pull buyers that have purchased in the area, and you watch the tutorial. It explains exactly how to do that on Buybox Cartel. And then you can text blast them. And these are buyers who have bought properties in the area and reached out to us and asked us to send them these deals. However, I will say the perception still remains like, hey, this thing's listed for 80 and we got it for 75. But guys, I do want to acknowledge it was initially listed for 100 and you got it for 75. One thing to consider, guys, is that a vast majority of our deals either have to be at a massive discount, like bigger discount than this, normal wholesale discount, or between $60,000 and $70,000. Now, here's something interesting. This guy, Costas, just said, I'm in that list, just got a property in my text from you. Was it something you were interested in, Costas? Let us know. Anyways, Tensei, I'm sorry you were echoing. I muted you. But is there anything else I can help you out with, man?
That's pretty much it. So basically, you said I should put it on marketplace on Buybox Cartel because I already submitted it to Dispo.
So I think it's 40% likely that we find you a buyer. If you'd like to expand those chances, Facebook, marketplace, Dispo team.
Okay. I will try that.
Mora, surprisingly, it's a different Costas with a K. But yes, he is a G. Anyways, Tensei, we talked. Sammy's been here for so long. Sammy, thank you so much for your patience. How are you?
Hey, Richard, no worries. Thank you for having me up here. So yeah, I have a mortgage takeover for you. I want to see if you're open to something like this. It's a triplex in Connecticut.
Triplex in Connecticut.
I'm going to send you the info right now.
Yeah, let's see it, man. We just did a deal in Connecticut.
It's not under contract. Please don't.
Of course, of course. So 3 units can bring in what are they gonna bring in?
Yeah, so 2 of them are rented. It's 3-1, 3-1, and 2-1. 3-1, 2,050. 3-1 rented 1,950. And the other one that's vacant right now, which is the 2-1, it was listed or has a rental history of 1,650.
Third one has previously been rented for 1,650.
Pretty low on equity. I'd say, actually, I'm going to send you the picture too from PropStream.
I got you. I'll just throw it in there myself.
Okay.
Yep, I see your prop stream looking good. I see the debt appearing to be 770. Only costing him probably $3,300 per month. Not bad at all, especially given the income. We could do full 10% down on this mortgage takeover, even a little bit more than 10% down. You cash flow, you're a desirable asset, you're in a good location. This is phenomenal. If I were you, what I would do if I were you is I'd probably offer them up to $50,000 down, up to $50,000 down. I probably wouldn't go over 50, but you could do $50,000 down for this deal, understanding that they owe 773 and that they're they're asking 500 and they owe 773?
No. Well, wait. What are you talking? Hold on one second. They're asking 474.
Is this accurate?
No. The estimated balance, I'm not sure. No, they have one mortgage, and based on the agent, they have one mortgage, and they owe, I want to say, 20,000 to 10,000 under listed price.
Oh, understood. So it's a refinance that we're seeing that's no longer there. It's a new loan that replaced the old loan. Okay, cool. So they owe like 465 per prop stream on that one mortgage, and they're currently asking for 50K down. 50K down. Do you want me to call them?
Okay. I called. The agent is like open to the idea. I just wanted more info. I asked him for more information, like a mortgage statement. He hasn't got back to me. I told him basically my partner took a listing off my hand this way, and so if you would like to call, sure, that would be a great assurance for them.
Sure.
Because he hasn't got back to me yet.
Sure. Yeah, let's just do a random call on a mortgage takeover on market, guys. See if we can rip it. So, guys, this is the most desirable type of mortgage takeover you can have. Cash flowing multifamily. That's very good. It has nothing to do with the interest rate, guys. Everything to do with the cash flow. Were you talking to Patrick?
Yes.
Hey, Patrick, my acquisitions manager sent me a deal on Sargent Street. I've been having him call for me. He's kind of my unofficial realtor. He said that you guys might be interested in doing a deal with us. I didn't know if that was the case. Sometimes I call and I find out that you guys are like, no, absolutely not. We're not doing that. But I thought I'd give you a call here. He was kind of talking about taking over the debt on this. He's looking on behalf of me. I'd be the end buyer here. I just wanted to call and see if that was something they were interested in. I understand that he asked for a mortgage statement or something like that.
Possibly. Was it in regards to taking over the mortgage? I mean, not taking over the mortgage. Is that assuming the mortgage, or is it? Because you're talking about like putting something like in a trust and all that stuff.
There's a ton of different ways we could take it over. I mean, we could wrap it. They could add us onto the LLC. I see that there's an LLC that owns it. Sometimes we take it over by simply having them add an owner to the LLC for the purchase price that we're discussing. Other times we'll put it in a trust. They'll add us into the trust. Other times we'll assume the loan. It really just depends on the economics. Sometimes the interest rate on the loan jumps when you assume it. So sometimes we may put it into a trust and purchase the trust off the seller, or have them add us onto the LLC, or we could even do a wrap deal. So there's a ton of different ways to do it. Usually I just like to avoid doing a subject to deal because it could kind of cause the due on sale clause, but there's a lot of different ways that you could do it. I didn't know if your client was interested in it. I I was actually able to offer you guys $50,000 to take over the debt because the payment is significantly below what the property is renting out for. So I mean, we could have it go like this. I mean, your seller nets 35,000, 15,000 of that goes into your pocket for commission. I pay the closing costs above that. So I kind of just wanted to see if they were open to the numbers prior to getting into the logistics of the trust.
I mean, he doesn't be interested in that. If in the case that the loan is not in his name.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are looking to have somebody else assume the loan, go on the debt.
Yeah, I mean, he wants nothing to do with the property.
Okay, I understand. Do you know what the interest rate is on the loan right now?
I believe it's low. I don't know.
If you could let me know what that is, because that would help. Because we got interest rates at about 7% for investment.
No, it's lower than that.
I more so mean if I assume the loan. So a lot of the time when I assume the loan, the bank's like, okay, we're gonna jump the interest rate up to market rates for you, and it completely deletes the cash flow here. So that structure would be okay with us. I just kind of need to understand what the interest rate is now, and then recalculate it, understanding that they may jump the interest rate on us. It also costs like it looks like it's an FHA loan, so it would be assumable if it is an FHA loan.
So it just depends. It's the Rocket Mortgage.
It's a lot easier to simply add somebody onto the LLC, and it's not his personal credit. It's the LLC's credits, but that LLC's credit would be reset. Do you think he'd be open to something like that?
And keeping the mortgage in his name.
More so keeping the mortgage in the LLC's name, not his name, because that debt it looks like it's owned within an LLC. I'm not quite sure of the ownership structure.
No, it was so it's bought personally, then quick claim to an LLC.
Oh, I see. So the mortgage is in the individual's name.
Yep, and then the deed is under the LLC.
Totally understand. Definitely let me know about the interest rate. I wonder if it were to come off as debt to income ratio and it's no longer affecting them in that way, would they be open to adding somebody to the LLC or perhaps doing a different method? Because the assumption very rarely works. It's possible, but usually the bank's like, I want to see how much we can make on this and jack up that interest rate.
I mean, he definitely would be open to basically just selling the LLC, right? And that way just transferring over that pretty agreement. And
of course, the mortgage, the risk is, and when I say risk, I mean, we're gonna mitigate this and make sure that there's no risk in the deal for him. But if we take over the LLC, unfortunately, that mortgage.
That's assuming that you also assume the mortgage. I'm not saying like take over the LLC and then the mortgage is still in his name. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying like in the case that you can assume the mortgage. But I mean, that wouldn't be bad. He probably would go for this. The only thing is that he would have to he doesn't want to deal with it at all.
Yeah.
The LLC, nothing.
We can look into whether or not the interest rate is going to go up here. I think a big value in this for us was the lower interest rate, because I was thinking it would be in the 5s. Now we're seeing rates kind of in the 7s right now. So that rate may go up if we assume it. So I guess just let me know what the interest rate is and we can kind of revisit that. But if we took over the LLC, the mortgage stays in his name. It's off his debt to income ratio, but it is still in his name.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't want that because that's still liability in the case,
Now, if we structured it such that upon 45 days of consecutive missed payments, the house goes back to him, you get your commission twice. You get to sell it twice. He gets to sell the property twice too. I mean, that happens. 45 days. So 45 days. So sometimes the way that, because I just sold my house in San Antonio like this, I had somebody put it into a trust. They bought the trust off of me. And I was worried that they would miss payments and it could affect me. So what I did is I said, okay, we're going to structure the trust such that if I miss payment or if you miss payments for 45 days, I get that trust back. And I'm really hoping and praying that they do, Because the thing is, if they miss payments for 45 days, I got to sell the property twice. That's double commission for my realtor, and I double what I profited on the sale. So I always hope in a scenario where I sell my house and somebody takes over the debt that I kind of want to stay on the loan because I know it's coming off my debt to income ratio anyways. And then if they miss payments on that loan, I got to be the bank and sell it twice.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I understand this whole entire thing. He just wants nothing to do with it, like at all. No more.
Totally. And honestly, it may not be a good fit. Let me know about the interest rate, but I'll text you over those, kind of benefits that I structured saying, hey, this is definitely coming back to you if we miss 45 days of payments without foreclosure. And then I would also mention, your realtor's getting 2 times the commission. You're going to sell this property twice. If that happens 5 years down the line, you'll make a couple $100,000 on it. But anyways, it may not be an amazing fit for him. However, I'll text you over the offer just in case.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyways,
Send it over. I'll get you the interest rate.
thanks so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye-bye. I tried my best, man. I just got a call.
He's pretty dug in.
Yeah, I tried, man. I tried to navigate around that and kind of agree to the assumption and then that's hard to wiggle into, man. I'm gonna, can I? Okay. You want to text? Well, I'll write your message to text him. Because if I text him, I'm going to miss his response just because I have so many text messages. So I had my, Kira, I'll look into that in a sec. Send him this message. Yeah, Brian, why are we Brian, here's what I would suggest. So for the past 5 years, I've been making videos, right? Those videos are to attract people who I can sell to in both subscriptions, affiliate links, wholesale deals, and I gotta grind every single day to attract those people. And I understand we like money and all, but what I would recommend is post your own videos, attract your own audience, market to that audience. Because part of my business model is affiliate marketing, meaning the softwares that I use, I have to drive people to sign up for, which is why I have this link for PropStream. So PropStream essentially gives me a kickback for getting people to sign up for it because it's genuinely a service that I need to use. So one of our rules in here is that we don't want you guys marketing your own affiliate links to the Discord members here, that's totally fine. But, you know, attract your own audience, and then market to that. Bro, you made enough money. I got a month free and it's not me getting money. I'm just helping them. Okay, so your 1 month free of PropStream later converts into a subscription that you get an affiliate of, which takes away from my ability to do so. You understand what I mean, man? I'm trying to be super cordial here, but if it's a no, I'm going to keep doing that. For me, it's a no, you don't get to be in the community anymore. So you just let me know what your decision is on that, okay? As far as that PropStream link, guys, it's here. But I heavily recommend that you create your own community and you market to that community, because you're right, it is super lucrative. But if it's a you've made enough money, that's not really how that works, man, right? It's not like you've made enough money. I have a business and I'm not trying to get people to poach my business. However, I'm happy to teach you how to recreate the same business. In fact, I have a video in our social media growth course, which teaches you how to create content that attracts people to a community that you can create yourself. But it takes me a lot of work to maintain the community, a lot of payroll to maintain the community. So this is a way that I continue to make money from it. Anyways, I'd appreciate it if we could respect that boundary, man. Thanks so much. Anyways, I want to say, Sammy, you've been helped, right? Are you all good, man?
Yeah. For this deal, it's great. I just have one question. For large fix and flips, like within a commercial size, say 16 units, do you think you would have a buyer for something like that?
Absolutely. 100%, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch then. Appreciate it.
Make sure to try to keep it around 10% down. Make sure to try to keep it around 10% down, because I understand there's larger cash flow figures on those big buildings, and that cash on cash return can justify a higher down payment, but they still do like to be around 10% down.
No, it's a commercial fix and flip. It's a cash deal.
Oh,
It's not selling.
no. Flipping big multifamily, I don't have any buyers for that. I actually don't even know anybody who does do that.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. No worries.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. It's I don't know. Flipping small multifamily, yes, but big multifamily, I don't know. It's hard.
Yeah, I totally get it. Thank you so much for sure.
Absolutely. Here's a great question. Do I have to pay the earnest money deposit, or can I get away with not putting one down? You definitely need an earnest money deposit, but you don't have to pay it. And here's what I say. Hey there, Mr. Realtor. I'm happy to submit earnest money. I just need to do it post-inspection. And what that means is my buyer is going to inspect the property, and if it's a go, we're going to get it done. Anyways, I am now going to try to convert my cash deal into seller financing. And the reason is because it just failed its inspection. Do you guys remember the deal in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that I got? Well, we had it inspected today. It failed its inspection. And instead of canceling it, I'm going to be like, bro, this thing failed inspection. I couldn't get a loan on it even if I wanted to. So I'm a call on that. If I can find it. There it is. I'm gonna call, and here's the property. So let's go ahead and call. So she says the deal is a pass. Upstairs is a mess. Potential squatter, even agent admitted and was surprised. Needs 20K rehab minimum and a new roof. 15K. Let me know if you want to call. Yeah. No problem at all. It's half expected. I'm going to call and see if I can salvage it. So guys, do you understand this is a big part of this business. This is a really, really big part of this business right here. I made an offer on this property on behalf of my buyer. Oh shit. Before I do this, I need to clip that phone call. Hold on. Andrew, Jalen. Hey, clip from 20 min ago. Failed negotiation of mine. Super heat though. Y'all love to see me fail on negotiations like I just did. It does super well online, but this right here is an awesome opportunity, and it can only go south if the agent and seller are belligerent. The house needs a new roof. The upstairs is a mess. It needs $20,000 of rehab. Yikes. what are we going to do? I couldn't get a loan on this if I wanted to. I could not get a loan on this if I wanted to. There's also a squatter in the property. I'm not embarrassed to back out of my contract. This is how you both back out of a wholesale contract and then potentially convert it into something amazing. So let's see what I could convert this into where the buyer's not really going to care about this stuff. Checking out the debt first on it, not telling me the debt. Well, yes, it is, right? It says they owe 81, so they owe 81,000 on the property. I don't know about cash, guys. I think cash is a poor idea. Do I even convert this? Agent commission only to take over debt? That could work. Yeah, that could work, but that's probably all we could do. I mean, the thing is kind of cooked. Well, if anything, ooh, let me call the buyer. He's going to give me some valuable information. Hey, man. Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, so what did you say about the mortgage, the bad mortgage? Because I'm about to call and see if I can get this on a different set of terms.
I don't have details. All I can do is, and appreciate if this is not on stream.
Oh, I am on stream right now.
Okay. I'll just be careful with my words then. I don't know details. All I know is what I was told. There may or may not. I know the seller is in a bad financial position. It's likely a mortgage that is challenging for him to maintain given the current structure of the property. Upstairs is likely to have a squatter and has about 20 grand in rehab.
Ugh.
No guarantees on the roof, but probably needs about 15 grand for a new roof within 1 to 5 years.
Right. Yeah. No, it totally makes sense. Well, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to see if they'd let us take over the debt for $0 to the seller and agent commission only, and then see if somebody else will pick it up, understanding that they could do a little bit of value add and get the value up. But we'll see. Thanks so much for the walkthrough, man. I appreciate it. I'll see if I can get you another one.
Yeah, a note on the market you will not appreciate, but that is an area that cash flows very well. So you definitely have some room to up the rents to get it to market.
Yeah. These 100K markets are called depreciating markets, but their cash on cash return is just through the roof. But I'll look at the street view more and I'll dig into the condition of the next property I send you.
Cool. Appreciate it.
All right. Talk soon, man. Bye-bye. So that's a little buyer of mine. Just he's looking for one a month. He's looking for one deal per month. Thanks for restricting my views, TikTok. I appreciate it. But let's talk about how to cancel the contract, guys. This is not going to be embarrassing at all. In fact, more so for the agent, because the agent said, no, it's okay, and it's not okay. Okay, here we go. Boom, 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 boom.
Hello.
Hey, Tamika, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. You were at the walkthrough, right?
Yes.
You learn about the roof, the squatter, and the rehab?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pickle. I tell you what, at the current arrangement we're at now, this is a headache and a half, and I did not know that going into this deal. I think we could probably still salvage it, but it's not a great scenario for your seller, but also learning about the house, and now we know what's actually kind of going on here. It might be worth it to them. So what I propose is taking over the mortgage for as it sits now and just paying your commission. So kind of what I was talking about in the beginning, but we wouldn't be able to allocate a down payment to your seller at all. We would just need it for what's owed on the property. We could pay your commission and closing costs on this thing. So it's just that the house is a real mess and we've got a squatter in it. So it's like 35K rehab with a squatter.
Okay. I'll let him know and get back to you shortly.
Okay, I'm gonna text that over to you because I said a lot of yeah, but it's essentially debt taken over for whatever's owed. I think it's 81K and then your commission on top.
Okay.
Perfect. Thanks so much for working with me. I appreciate it.
No problem. I'll get back to you shortly.
Talk soon. Bye-bye. They're probably gonna say yes to that. But I'm kind of nervous, guys. Oh, I don't even know if I want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in writing with her just so I don't get in any trouble here that I'd have to back out of the contract if we couldn't do that. If that offer isn't something he can work with, unfortunately, I'd need to back out of this arrangement due to the rehab and due to the excessive rehab and squatter. And really quickly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can just pull another one really quick. I wanna see if I can grab another one really quickly here. Yeah, let me just grab another one. Multifamily, 180,000. How's that looking condition wise? Because I just failed my inspection too, guys. Oh, yeah, no, fail, instant fail inspection. Nope. Doesn't look great. I'm gonna price these things high to low, guys. Price high to low. Am I sharing my screen? Yes. I just want to grab another one for my buyer really quickly here. Page 3. Nice. Okay, looking at this guy. Really nice. Really nice. Wait. Basement. Okay. Cool. That's looking good. I like that. Well-maintained duplex. 2 bed, 1 full bath. Okay, let's call on this. Let's call on that one. What do they owe? Prop stream it really quickly, guys. You got to really quick prop stream that. They owe 46. They've owned it for 7 years. Okay, I'll call. I'll probably call 2 or 3.
Hello, this is Yuli.
Hi, Yuli. My name is Richard Taylor. I just inspected one of your neighbors' houses in Milwaukee. You have a listing on West Maple Street. I was looking to buy the neighbor's house, but I just fell out of inspection because it was wrecked on the inside. And I'm trying to go under contract for another one. I stumbled across your listing on West Maple. Is that still available?
It is, and we actually are receiving an offer
Excellent.
soon. And yeah, so that's what I thought you were calling about, actually.
Oh,
because I just got off the phone a little bit with a realtor that is going to submit.
wow. Well, let's see if I can make a better one. I was curious, do you guys have any tenants in place or have you rented it out previously?
Yeah, so currently it's owner occupied. The lower unit is occupied by the seller, and his brother lives upstairs. So the rent upstairs is $750.
Probably higher though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you think on that? Maybe like
I was thinking anywhere between like $9 and $950
okay.
at least. Yeah. The lower unit though can get like easily 11 or 1200, maybe even more, just because it's fully updated. It's just that it has no parking, which has been our only downfall.
I thought it would rent for more because you guys have these duplexes that are listed for like $130,000 and they're occupied with tenants paying that price. I figured you'd get like $1,500 or $1,600 for it, given how nice it was. If I'm buying this thing for anywhere around 220 and I'm bringing in about 1,900, 2,000 per month, my return's kind of low on this thing. I don't know if I'd be able to offer on this in a lump sum. However, I could probably offer them creative finance, but they may not want to do that.
No, they do want a lump sum because the seller already purchased a house.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
And yeah, he needs the capital for it.
Got it. Okay. Thank you so much. If you don't get a good offer from the other person, call me back and I'll see what I can put together.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, not worth offering on, guys. I assumed the rent would be like $1,300 to $1,500 because look how nice it is. You guys see my screen? Is that working? Screen share working? Cool. Yeah, I just figured it would do better than that. I mean, guys, come on, look how nice that thing is. I thought it would I thought, you know, you get like some good numbers, but you're not. So, you know, that's not great. I'll try one more. That's why you want to keep these things cheap, guys, because that's a poor ROI for sure. Let's go for one more here. This is a 169. It's renovated. Days on market are 5. Shit. Listed for sale. Well, you know, guys, I'm putting all these perceptions in my mind about what I think they're gonna say, but to be honest, when you're 5 days on market, well, I guess when I was 5 days on market, I was hearing offers. Maybe they will too. Should I do it? I'll probably have to be at like 140. And that's God, I guess. I'll hit him with 140, kind of based on the rent though. So checking debt really quickly. Now this is looking for a specific buyer. If you were to offer 140 on this, it probably wouldn't work. If you were to offer on this, so I have a specific buyer I'm looking for, they can only buy one per month. If you find a duplex for 170 and you offer 140, it's probably not a deal. I'm sorry to say that. I have a buyer who's asked me to do this. Generally speaking, you want to get, I would do creative finance on something like this, guys. If I don't have a lot of buyers who will pay this close to list price. I have a few buyers who will do this. I'm looking for one of them right now. You can source more on the Buy Box Cartel marketplace. But I just want to let you know, for everybody watching, this is not a deal. My buyer thinks it's a deal. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, fine. It's a deal. It's not a deal up to my standards. My buyer just doesn't want to do it himself. So he's paying me to do it. And it's important for me to show you that sometimes that happens if you're working on behalf of a buyer. So let's see what I can find. So I'm doing some realtor work right now. Thanks, Inspector.
Welcome to Trelora. We're located.
Or you could put your phone number on the listing, or you could do that. I don't know. Just a crazy, silly idea, though. Crazy, silly, funny idea to put your phone number on the listing. I don't know. Because like when I'm selling my deals on Buy Box Cartel, you know, what's crazy is like you can contact somebody. I don't. Crazy, silly, funny idea. You got yourself a phone number, dog? No. Direct. Is that? Please tell me that's not the number I just called. It is not. Okay. I'm just gonna. Oh. You can't see the screen? What about on Discord? Loren, you can start by clicking the link in my bio and joining Hold My Hand Wholesale.
Hi there, this is Christopher. I'm sorry I can't come to my phone right now, but if you...
I texted an offer, but just loosely. This guy just did a price cut. Let me check condition. No. Fail. What's that? Fail. Creative finance only. That will not get approved for a loan. Absolutely not. You only see this, but I think to myself, how did that happen? And what do I think? I think maybe water seeped under the floorboards. Like, how did that happen? You know, the creative finance. This needs to be creative finance. When you see that, think, oh, it's not going to get approved for a loan. Creative finance it. Which I can attempt. I can attempt that. But no, come on, get me a little cash deal. Get me a little cash deal because they're gonna be like, I don't know, I have to go to my seller. Come on. Checking. Nope. What's the no? What is this? What is that? Who lives like that? Absolutely not. No, you need to creative finance that, guys. That's not passing our inspection. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Duplex. Mint. Mint. What am I looking at as I say mint? I'm looking at the floor. I'm looking at the carpet. I'm looking at the walls. I'm looking at how the walls meet the floor. You understand, guys? Peak, mint, perfect. Yes, go. 69 days. And I can justify a 130 offer. That's what I'm talking about. Oh no, it's the same unresponsive agent. Oh no. I'm going to offer on this though. All right, I'm all done. So, guys, if you're going to offer cash or a lump sum and it's damaged, it's a fix and flip, and that property does not have the margins for a viable fix and flip. It's not going to work. That's not going to work, guys. So you can do cash on destroyed properties, but for fix and flips. Okay. Almost done here, guys. I'm sorry. Almost done. I'll call that guy back tomorrow. I'm just getting the ball moving on that today. Now that looks clean as hell, guys. That looks really clean. I do like this. All right. Quick bathroom break, then questions, guys. Hold on. What about Texas nowadays in wholesaling? Texas is great. Do be wary that you may run into an option fee, but Texas is great. Found multiple address, made some calls. Can I send you an address to see if I'm on the right track to find seller finance deals? Adri, hopefully I said that right. Adri, I may need to bring you up tomorrow. We have a number of people in line, and I still need to go through their questions. And we only got about 23 minutes left. So bear with me for just a second. Someone wanting to sell portfolio and was open to creative financing, 12 doors. Okay, Kiana. Okay. Kiana, can I set a reminder for tomorrow? Or Kenna, I'm sorry, you're not Kiana, you're Kenna. No A. Kenna, can I set a reminder for tomorrow? Is that possible? Tomorrow at 2 p.m., remind me to bring up Kenna.
Okay. I added bring up Kenna For tomorrow's.
Pace said wholesaling is dead in the next 10 years because 11 states banned it. Is that true? I think the assignment of contract could go away in the next 10 years, but who's stopping you from putting cash and seller finance deals in a trust and then selling the trust? There's always loopholes. And then the other thing is, y'all better figure it out over the next 10 years and start acquiring real estate so that you don't have to wholesale anymore. Wholesaling is a means to enter real estate. It's not the end goal. Our end goal is not to permanently be wholesalers, guys. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to wholesale until we have enough capital to flip or buy a rental property and then do it again and then do it again and then do it again. And you've got enough time to do so. One thing to consider though, guys, is if the assignment of contract gets banned and you can no longer assign contracts federally, you know what you can do? 1, get a license. Just license yourself in the state. Just license yourself in the state. That's not a problem. 2, find a loophole. What's a loophole? Put the property into a trust and sell the trust, not assign the contract, right? The house never actually sells. It's not governed under the same laws. If you sell a trust, it's a personal property transfer, not a real estate transaction, and the same laws do not apply. So there's always all kinds of loopholes. And I've seen the doom and gloom for the past 5 years in regards to wholesaling getting banned. But let's just say it does. What I would do is lock in as much as you can so that you can enter real estate and that you don't have to wholesale anymore. Right, guys? I don't have to wholesale anymore. I just do it to show you guys that it's still possible, right? Anyways, I'll be right back. Quick bathroom break. I'll be right back. Hold on. Double close is also a great option. So I have a lender who will do deals at fully $0 down. This lender doesn't charge you a down payment. They don't have a down payment. If you guys were to make up $15,000 in just liquidity, you could safely flip houses, meaning that if something happens, like in my flip where something happens, you have enough money to get it across the finish line. So what I would recommend, guys, is let me come out with my fix and flip course and start flipping houses and buying rental properties. It's been excellent. And you know what's really exciting? It ain't a grind. It's not a grind. Do you guys know how much effort I had to put in for my fix and flip? Nothing. Baker, the account that messaged you back, no views, name spelled wrong, not as many followers as us. Anyways, that's a fake account, man. They're trying to scam you. So let's get through these. The fix and flip course will be free within the Discord. I'm just waiting until I close my fix and flip and am profitable on my fix and flip before I tell y'all what to do. Anyways, I'm gonna talk to Josh C's been here all stream. Josh C, what's going on, man? Josh C, what's going on, man?
Hey, Richard, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great. I don't actually have a question. I'm the guy, I'm not sure if you remember, I'm the guy that I've been talking with Jason.
Yes, yes, yeah. We were gonna bring you up about your mobile home park. So what's going on? You're buying a
So, yeah, I'm buying the land that has the approved plans for a mobile home park. And I guess I can go modular. I mean, not modular, manufactured instead of a mobile home. Based on what I'm learning from Jason. So the entry is 3 million. I made an offer of 3 million, 3 million for the lot. He's asking 2.4. It's about 20.5 acres of land. It also includes an additional 1.62 acres of commercial land. And today I had a meeting with the municipality to discuss like if I can do modulars, and unfortunately you can't do modulars, which would have given us the appreciation values that we needed for the land. So as of right now, I don't need assistance with this. I kind of was, as I was telling Jason, I mean, because of your group, I wouldn't have found this. I wouldn't have found anything. And as a thank you, if you wanted to JV on this, it's 84 units. Based on what Jason's telling me, it's a moneymaker.
Are we wholesaling it or buying it?
I would like to retain it. I mean, the rent in the area, from the way Jason explained to me, was that look at what the rent is going for in the area. And I did that, and what manufactured homes go for sale. I mean, you would even paying back the loan, you would still cash flow anywhere between 50,000 to 60,000 a month, something like that.
Do you own any other mobile home parks?
No, this is my first one because of you guys. I was actually dabbling in single family buys prior to joining your group. I do that with another friend of mine. Everything is in another LLC with him. I just started dabbling because of your group. I decided to join your group, dabble in, and see what's coming up or up the pike. And when you guys mentioned mobile homes, I decided to look around and see what was out in my area, not in specific areas that you guys were mentioning in my area, and this fell on my plate.
So what I would say is, if I'm going to buy a mobile home park, I know nothing about running a mobile home park, and I want to work with an experienced operator that has a track record of running a mobile home park well. However, I would be open to wholesaling a mobile home park, but it's up to you.
I mean, sure, if we can do that, it's fine with me. I'm with that as well. But I think based on the way Jason explained it to me, I mean, if you put what do you call a manufactured home on it, this will increase the value. I mean, you're probably looking at 3 million investment. I mean, you would have to build out the plots and things like that. But these properties, but the valuation will probably be somewhere of like, up to 10 mil, 75% cash out on that will give you a 3 mil. Why would you give that up to wholesale it out?
Because if you've never bought one before, it's speculation. It's speculation, and that scares me. So I would be.
But I think we have Jason. I think Jason's a great help. I reached out to him. I asked him if I can, kind of utilize his guidance a little bit on it. And I mean, but everything I've explained to him, he's like, dude, you hit a gold mine. This is a gold mine.
I'm just not a buyer for these at this time. It could be a great wholesale deal, though.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna probably move forward with it just to retain it. I kind of offer just JV on it, just so that way it could be there. Now, in the interim, I don't know if you received my text message this morning. Did you get that?
I probably got about 80 text messages this morning.
Yeah. I sent you a text message. So in the process of having a meeting with the municipality over here, I guess I got really close with the gentleman who is the zoning building. He's the one guy that gives all the approvals for all the investment properties in that area. And he directed me to a property. It's not for me to buy. If it's something you want to wholesale, we could definitely wholesale this. But it is a 13-acre, 9 acres of approved 5 buildings, 3 floors, 162 units approved, with an additional 4 acres for commercial. He's asking 5.5. So I guess my question was number one, do you want to wholesale this? Or number two, do you anyone who is looking for development?
I have never wholesaled a piece of land like this ever in my life, and I am just as new as it to I'm just as new as this to as you are. I don't
Okay.
you probably know much more about this than I do, and I'm afraid I can't be of much help here. This is something that I'm looking to learn more about through wholesaling a couple properties. Usually my policy is wholesale a number of them before you buy one so that you know the ins and outs and you know what makes a deal and you know what doesn't make a deal. So I'm working on wholesaling one of them right now. And I probably want to wholesale a couple of them before I actually acquire one because it's a completely new asset class to me, you know?
Got you. I got you, understand. Well, yeah, that's where I'm at now. I mean, I appreciate you bringing me up, but, you know, thank you for introducing me to Jason, I guess, because
Yeah, he's great.
That wouldn't have been a great help.
Oh my
I
God,
mean,
yeah.
his guidance is priceless. And thank you.
Yeah.
I just wanted to kind of offer that to you on the table just to see if you want to do it. I understand you're not at this moment ready for that, but just wanted to, you know, as an appreciation of thank you for everything that you're teaching us.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, man. Wishing you the best of luck on that, though. It sounds exciting.
Thank you. I'll keep you informed as it goes on.
Absolutely. Talk soon. Bye bye. Probably Cruz.
Oh, I was low key last. They can go before me.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All good. Thank you.
Maybe Brock.
Hey Richard, how's it going?
I'm well. How are you? How have things been?
Pretty good. I had 3 properties under contract. One got canceled today because apparently in Ohio there's a new law where you have to disclose that you're wholesaling.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, me and Kira were working on it.
Huh. I'll
Yeah,
have
but
to look into.
basically, they said they reported us to the Ohio Congress or Ohio Attorney General because we didn't comply with the new law or something.
That's bad.
I know, it's so weird. They're like, we're gonna get fined, my LLC and everything because we signed a purchase contract without disclosing that we're wholesaling. So I'm like super confused.
Why don't you double close it?
Yeah, I mean, no, they already canceled the contract, so it's really not a big deal
So-
like this specific transaction.
Does the new law in Ohio restrict double closing?
You
No, I
can't,
don't think so.
you have to disclose before you can't even, after I read the law, you can't even get away with adding a clause in your PSA. It has to be a totally separate disclosure contract before you sign the PSA.
Totally.
Yeah, that realtor just called me. She was like screaming, yelling at me. She was pissed.
I thought that you said she got nicer and she knew we were.
She did. Yeah, she did for a second, and then she just called me today and said, "Yeah, like some investor reported you to the Ohio Attorney General. Like you're gonna get fined, and they're gonna reach out." And I don't know. I'm super confused.
Or we could just double close it because then you take title on it and then you haven't assigned it, right?
Right. That's what I was thinking. But honestly, it's not the best deal. Like it's like a quadplex, but it's a full gut. Like it needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it might not even be worth it.
I'm thinking that you can just double close, but I'm gonna tell my TC team that every deal in Ohio needs to be double closed.
Yes. And I sent you in your DMs 2 other properties I have under contract currently.
That's
If you wanted to take a look at
interesting.
them.
So hold on, let me just text my TC team.
It just started March, I think it's 6th. They passed the law.
Yeah, literally like a week or 2 ago. Yeah, honestly, she's probably just threatening me. Like, I don't think it's legit.
I mean, worst comes to worst, Brock, you just close your LLC and start a new one.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry you're going through this.
No, it's not a big deal. I was just like so confused. She was like, yeah, like you guys didn't disclose, blah, blah. You heard her on the phone when we talked to her. She was really livid today, though.
Well, I think it's because, they've got this new tool in their chest now. So they're all up in arms about wholesalers because, Ohio is a really good market and it's probably chipping into a big chunk of their business.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, I just updated my team that every single one needs to be double closed and that we also need to disclose that we are double closing it. So I think telling the agent, "Hey, I'm double closing this," and then making sure that every single one is a double close fixes it. But honestly, what I'm gonna do is I'll meet with my attorney and I'll have him draft up a contract that suffices with this. Because Ohio is definitely one of our top markets here. Obviously, we're doing more in Michigan right now. But I'll have to talk to my attorney about that and see if I can get us a contract so we no longer use the realtor's contract. We only use our contract, and in our contracted states that we're going to wholesale. So that's what I would do. But yeah, I think that's FinCEN. I had to go through FinCEN. FinCEN isn't really affecting us. They just want to know who's in your LLC. They just want to know that it's not an out of state LLC. But I just had to go through that on my flip. I just had to go through all of the documents there. But we're really running out of time here. I'm gonna try to get through the rest of these. Brock, is there anything else? Thanks for letting me know about that.
Yeah, I sent you the other two I have under contract. I just wanted you to take a look at them. They're cash deals. One of them was listed at 270, the one in Indianapolis. We got it for like 220, so it might not even be a good deal there. And then the other one is it's listed at 90 and we got it for 64. It's like it's listed as a triplex or a quadplex, but I just spoke with a realtor and I think it's just like could be converted into that. So I'm a little confused about it, but just wanted you to take a look at it if you had a sec.
Yeah, I'll meet with an Ohio attorney. I'll schedule an appointment with an Ohio real estate attorney, and I'll go have them draft up a contract for us. And in Ohio, we won't use the realtor state approved contract. We'll just use our contract. And if it's off market, it's so. I have to talk to the attorney, guys. I can't give legal advice on this. This is a brand new law. I just don't know. This we're talking about came out in the past week or so. I just don't know. So I'm gonna have to talk to the attorney on it, and it's gonna be an Ohio attorney, not the normal attorney that I use. So I'm thinking and I'm guessing, although I'm not an attorney, that the solution to this is this: double close and inform that we're going to double close by using our own contract and saying, sorry, no, I'm going to use my own contract, which guys, you can use your own contract on the market. That happens all the time. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and Baker, I'm almost done here, but I am interested in that. Baker has 7 houses owned with no debt. He has 7 properties selling. He's the owner. Okay. Baker, can you submit them to the link in my bio and I'll tell my team that it's coming in? There's a link in my bio that says have me make an offer on your house, and I'll just say that these are coming in. You have? Okay. Let me just go ahead and tell my guy who monitors that. Baker, where are your properties and what are the price points? And are you open to seller financing? You have 2 times in the last 2 days. Okay. I got so many people here to assist. Lake of the Ozarks. Okay. We have an active under contract offer. So you're not the owner, you're the wholesaler, or somebody made you an offer? But you don't love it. Oh, okay. So that somebody made you an offer. Okay. You're the owner. Okay. So I don't have buyers in Lake of the Ozarks, but I know about it. I think what we probably would want to do is seller financing on that. Can we seller finance the whole thing? I put down 10%, so you may not even be interested. Take all of your asking prices, add them together, and take 10% of that as a down payment and monthly payments on top of that for a 6-year period of time. I would give you your asking price over 6 years with 10% down and monthly payments on that. You're asking 1.9 million. Will you take 1.9 million, $190,000 down and payments for 6 years? Because that's my offer. The payments are based on the rent. I don't know what the rent is. It also would need to be in good condition. They couldn't be in bad shape. But I can't sell deals like that without creative finance. It's just, for whatever reason, 1.9 million cash just never happens for me. Okay. So, guys, until I get clarity on this, careful about Ohio. You're locking these up in your own name. I just updated my team that we need to double close every single one. I'm going to schedule a meeting with the attorney. I would be careful about Ohio. I don't think that there's any reason why you can't wholesale and be outside of Ohio. I mean, we didn't look at Ohio at all today, and Michigan is really popping off for us more. So I'm going to everyone, and I'm going to put it in the announcements, and I'm going to put this on hold on. Please announce that wholesaling got banned in Ohio without disclosure in the announcements tab. And then, guys, what you can say is you can say, hey, I'm going to be sending this to my buddy who buys in the area. You can still disclose to agents that you're going to wholesale. I do it all the time. So please announce that wholesaling got banned in Ohio without disclosure in the announcements tab. Let them know that I'm going to meet with an Ohio attorney to figure out how we can proceed with disclosing it to the seller. So that'll go in the announcements tab. Okay. Oh, I got a lot of people to work with. Well, Brock, we talked, right?
Yeah, I had 2 deals outside of Ohio. One is in Birmingham, and then the other one is in Indianapolis. I sent them in your DMs. You can just take a quick look at them. They're just cash deals, so.
Okay. Can I look at these tomorrow, man? There's like 3 links in here.
Yeah, no, yeah, totally fine.
Okay. All right. And then it's Ohio. So, I mean, probably pause Ohio for now. I'm going to pause in Ohio for now. You know, I just need, I need to meet with the attorney to figure it out. I just don't know. I can't guess on this.
Yeah, the one in Birmingham was the one I like actually cared about. It's it was listed at 90. We got it for 64. So I feel like, you know, it's 70%. That's kind of the bread and butter cash deal.
Sorry, one sec. Okay. We'll talk soon, man. I'm sorry. I'm really running out of time
No
here.
worries, no worries. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Tay, what's going on?
Hey Richard, how you doing, man?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I got a couple deals in Dispo. I sent one for you to check out. Mara, he marketed this one with a 42% cash on cash. So I just kind of wanted to review the math, see if everything checks out, or just like see the quality of the deal, I guess.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's run it. Detroit?
And also, she's over in Detroit. She's marketing it as a fix and flip. I guess the ARV isn't bad in the area. I don't think the comps are pretty accurate as far as like the type of house. So I don't know if that would necessarily be the play on this one.
Well, if they're marketing it as a fix and flip, they're telling you that it needs work, right?
Yeah, it's 4,000 in rehab. There's a tenant in place, so it'd be just to get it turnkey after they vacate.
I'm just checking the area. My buyers won't buy something if it needs work and it's not a fix and flip. They'll buy it if it's a fix and flip. You know, if it's a fix and flip, they can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's currently on the border. I'm curious to see what you said about the pictures and everything.
Absolutely. Plethora of sales between like 40 and 80K here. Let's price these high to low. Let's do past 12 months. Okay. Let's see. Your square footage on this thing is looking like 800 square feet. Yeah, man, turnkey houses here with 800 square feet are not selling for much more than this. You need to get it for normal fix and flip numbers, I'd say. Like the house looks kind of rough from the exterior. Like you can just see some weird stuff going on the siding, like almost like mold or something on the side of the house, or you can see it in the front siding.
Yeah, I got you.
I would just be concerned about the inspection, man. You know, these things fall through left and right in inspection if it's a cash deal. If it's a creative finance deal or a fix and flip, it doesn't matter. Fix and flip, we're walking into it knowing that there's bad shape. So you're going to want to figure out your ARV. Your ARV is like 100, maybe like 110.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at it for fix and flip, so that caught me by surprise. But Mara got 150K, which I was like, I don't think that makes sense. The comps had a garage. So
yeah, and there's also this guy right here. So this was freshly flipped and it's listed for 129 and it hasn't sold yet. So yeah, run it as a fix and flip. Or you know, I mean, if it's been there for 95 days.
if it won't go as a rental, Section 8, I mean, the HUD is 1670, which is why I was targeting this one. But if it doesn't make sense as a rental, I'll probably let this one go.
It's largely the rehab, man. It's largely the rehab. Yeah. Like you can, so you know, I've just been telling agents this left and right. I got this email on the appraisal selling my fully flipped house. I fully flipped it top to bottom. I put 45K into the house, and look, they won't close the deal unless I put a stove in there, unless I fix a singular missing vinyl siding, unless I remove the debris on the side of the house and the backyard. You know, I put 45 into it, and the lender's like, no, you still need all of this stuff to put into the property. And you know, it's just when a house is in bad shape, it literally cannot get a long-term investment loan on it. It can get a short-term investment loan for a fix and flip, but if it needs work and it is being marketed as a fix and flip, which this one kind of looks like it might, which includes the roof and the siding, it's not getting that financing. So I would say, hey, this probably wouldn't be financeable. Like we probably couldn't finance this if we even if we wanted to. The lender would say, fix this, fix that, fix this, fix that. But the seller could finance us. The seller could provide financing and we could take over their debt on the property or create new debt for them with seller finance. That's what I would say on something like that.
So what would you say specifically about this house? What would you leverage from the pictures, from what you've seen?
Hi there, Mr. Realtor. I'm selling my house on Tacoma Street right now. And the appraisal just came back and they said, you need to fix like 5 things in the house if we're going to fund this deal. And the thing is, it's a fix and flip. Like top to bottom, I put 45K in it. So it's immaculate. It doesn't need anything. Yet still, the lender said, fix this, fix that, fix this, fix that. If I try to buy this house with a loan, you guys are going to have to do a lot of repairs and it probably won't be financeable. Like it'll probably fall out of contract, as you may have seen in the past. So what I'm thinking on this one is, why don't I just offer you guys $130,000 over a 7-year period of time on seller finance terms? We don't want to seller finance. I totally understand your perspective here. Did you happen to catch what I said about the appraisal and things needing to be fixed? Do you need me to send you a picture of that? Maybe get a lender on the phone? I've got a lender in the Discord that I could connect with you. Kind of like that. And then if you wanted somebody to talk to them, Sammy Seller Finance is a DSCR lender in the Discord who will reiterate this to your agent on the phone. You'd be like, I'll bring my lender on the phone right now. This is not financeable unless you fix this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah, that's not the hard part. So question then, as far as your sellers or as far as your buyers, I mean, are they all DSCR in this price range, or do you have anyone that does private lending? So there's no appraisal in that process.
Your private lending for a long-term loan, like a 30-year loan, is super rare. Your private lending for short-term fix and flip is pretty common. You're more so asking if we have any buyers who pay in cash, who just buy it outright. There's no appraisal. I just buy that thing outright. It's not a great use of money to trade like $80,000 in cash for that sort of rental return. So usually people try to leverage. They try to get loans. It's kind of like investing 101. So unfortunately, we are at the mercy of DSCR loans. However, the seller will realize that at one point and likely, well, They may not realize that. But sometimes I ask if they've fallen out of contract before, understanding that if they have, they know. They know, like, hey, that also they listed it for 44K in 2024. You know, that's probably where they need to be. Dude, offer them 40K. Offer them 40K on this
Yeah.
thing.
I'm gonna go in and just restructure this one and see what I can make happen with it.
Say, hey, I probably got to flip this property. Your ARV is like 120. I could pick it up at 40.
Easy. Yep. I'll probably just pitch that to them.
Yeah, you know, it happens. It happens, man. Anyways, I got to talk to the next person. We'll talk soon, though.
So appreciate you.
Absolutely. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'll get an attorney and I'll understand Ohio and I'll figure out how to fix it. Maybe we can't wholesale in Ohio anymore, right? There's a lot of new things coming to the Discord, which I'm like, I've got so many other things that we can do. We're starting to enter into mobile home parks and these bigger assets, which don't play by the same rules. And then also maybe we can wholesale in Ohio and we just need to use our own contract. And then I'm also flipping these properties as well too. So guys, I'm really not too concerned about it. I mean, what do you have? 44 states? 44 states that you can wholesale in? Or you just get the realtor license, which we already know the answers to those questions anyways. So if I'm a realtor in Ohio, can I still wholesale? I would imagine so. I'll meet with the attorney and I'll find out what the best solution to the problem is. I'm not immensely worried about it. Anyways, let's talk to Cruz probably.
What's up, Richard?
Hey, how you doing?
So good. How are you? This is about an off-market duplex that I had showed you maybe 2 weeks ago. The initial terms, I sent you the message. Initial terms were like 330 K purchase price, and it brings in 3920, and PITI would be 22. Anyway, we were battling him out on why we wanted to hold title. I don't know if you remember this, but anyway, I told him that how about instead of 330, if we offer 350, if the seller will be open to us holding title. And he said now that the seller might be interested, but he just wants us to walk the property first. It was in St. Paul, Minneapolis. You were interested as a backup buyer. I just didn't know what to tell him because I don't want to waste time on inspection and then having the seller trying to hold title again. But I explained to him on why we want to hold title.
It looks pretty rough by the photos. Has it been renovated?
Yeah, let me send you the link. Because it's off market. So that's the link I had sent you before, but let me send it again.
What I would do if I were you is I would call a realtor in St. Paul. I actually have a realtor in St. Paul, but I'd call a realtor in St. Paul and I'd be like, yo, can you guys walk this property for us? And then we can have that serve as it. But I would dig into that objection and say, do you guys want us to walk the property before because the thing is cooked?
Let me see. I sent you the link. Did you see the pictures? It's on Google Drive, all the new pictures.
Checking.
Yeah, it has tenants in place. 3920.
And why can't we wholesale it?
No, so the thing was that I told them we needed to hold title and we'll do a deed in lieu or the other one, but they wanted to do contract for deed, so they wanted to hold title.
And
And
why didn't they like our objection solve? I mean, that's pretty bulletproof.
Yeah, so the thing was that he said that the seller was scared about a tax event or whatever. So the initial offer was 330, and I waited like 2 or 3 weeks, and yesterday I
A
told them
tax event.
Yeah.
But you
That's
don't
what he said that from the seller.
but wait. You don't pay taxes on money you haven't received in the United States. Seller financing's purpose is to avoid taxes.
Right.
How about this? I'll call him tomorrow and I'll solve that objection and I'll get somebody out
Okay,
to the
cool.
property too.
All right. Yeah, he just wanted your info again, but I just want to check in with you and fill you in because
Can you text him this? Can you be like, hey, you don't pay taxes on money you haven't received. Please Google this. the purpose of seller financing is to avoid taxes. So, I mean, I don't even know if I need to call him. Can you just send him that and see if that, because that's all I'm going to say.
All right, sounds good. Yeah. Last time you talked to him, you said he was nice. He was really open about it. It was just a seller, and he texted me today and he was like, "Oh, how's it going on the inspection?" And I said, "Well, we don't know anything yet. I'll just keep you updated." But he wanted your info again, so you can talk.
Okay, I'll bring you up tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll bring
or
you
you
up
can
tomorrow.
speak with him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, just text him that and then come talk to me tomorrow. We talk almost every day. So you just text him that. Let me know what he says, okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, talk soon. Bye-bye. Big C, what's up, man?
Hey, Richard, how's it going?
I'm okay, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. I have 2 duplexes that a seller is in seller finance on. I sent you the link to the listings on DMs. I just kind of want this is some for it doesn't have pictures of the inside of the property currently rented out. Both the duplexes are
You're talking about
and
Joe Lewis?
yeah, those 2 addresses right there.
Okay, cool. So what'd they say? Are they open to it?
Yeah, they were open to seller finance, but the thing that I was kind of curious, like it first position, and
They will be in first.
So,
They will be in first position unless there's a loan. Is there a loan?
oh, the properties are free and clear. He owns.
You're cutting out from time to time, but if your seller is asking about whether or not they're in first position, yes, they are.
Oh, and they said that they said that we also have to submit due diligence. They said it's a law in the state.
I'm so sorry. Could you say that again, man? You cut out for me.
Oh, they said that we need to submit due diligence. If with this, they were open to do seller finance.
That's no problem, and I will submit your EMD for you if you have a good seller finance deal because I have high confidence that it will sell. So if you've got a deal that's seller finance and they say I need earnest money or due diligence, because it's in North Carolina, you have what's called an option fee. I will pay your option fee for you. North Carolina does have an option fee, and that's a fee that you essentially pay while you're under contract. I'm gonna bring you up first tomorrow. I'll bring you up first tomorrow. I'll call them and I will probably agree to their terms with their due diligence. And then we'll see if we can go under a contract. But can you tell me about the terms that you've pitched here just to make sure that it's a deal?
I didn't structure out the deal. They were because they were still gonna send us the rent roll via email. How much the properties were bringing in, but they said that they were open to seller finance both properties. We can just take them under one seller finance contract.
This is great. This is excellent. You need to ask them if they're open to 10% down though.
Okay, I have scheduled.
This is great. Yeah. So
your live stream.
don't even say 10% down. Their total asking price for both is 625 plus 625. So it's going to be 1,250,000. Let's offer this. We're going to offer 1,200,000. Well, I wonder if they're worth that. That's a lot for a duplex, man. I just got to make sure that it's worth that. Just bear with me for 1 second. How much are you worth? $611. Wow. Okay, cool. Yeah. 1,250,000, 1.25 million. Let's offer $100,000 down. Or we can do $100,000 down plus 10K towards agent commission. That's not the entire commission. That's towards the agent commission plus CC, which stands for closing costs. We'll pay the closing costs and 10K towards the agent commission. And then we're going to be looking at monthly payments of, I mean, if it's 625, let's assume worst case in it. Well, 40% of rent in payments, and then balloon payment in or on year 6. So that would be your offer. But honestly, do you want me to call them and provide credibility tomorrow? Because this is interesting, man.
Yeah, I can set that up for you tomorrow when I call the agent tomorrow. Just set up a call to do on the live stream.
Okay, cool. Tomorrow at 1:40, remind me to bring up Big C.
Okay, I added it.
Hopefully I remembered. Anyways, we'll talk, okay, man?
Yeah, just a quick question, Richard. You remember that property that the seller pivot to mortgage takeover? I had asked for a mortgage on property, and I think I was gonna receive one tomorrow. So, can you also help me structure that deal tomorrow?
Yes, I can. Absolutely. No problem.
No problem. Thank you so much, Richard.
Thank you. Talk soon, okay? Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay. So I'm so tired, guys. Let's just do a $20 giveaway really quickly, and let's do it with a little country capital. Look at this. This is the damage that law does. Do you guys see this? Do you guys see this right here? I'm a buyer in Cleveland looking for fix and flips, no turnkey properties between 2 and 4 units. So he does the BRRRR strategy. He does the BRRRR strategy most likely. No fire damage or condemned properties. Sounds a lot like Harry. But so here's the other thing. You can wholesale outside of title. You can find a deal and you can have a promissory note, which is a separate agreement with your buyer, and you can literally just have your buyer sign the contract. You can also wholesale outside of title. I'm going to schedule a meeting with an Ohio attorney. I need to talk to an Ohio attorney about this because I just don't know. I don't know how serious or unserious this is. Obviously it's serious, but maybe there's a caveat. Maybe I can get my license. I know he's serious, but I'm talking about a wholesaling law in Ohio that recently came into place. Anyways, be careful, guys. Please try to obey the law. By no means do I want you to break the law. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do this giveaway now, but there's a buyer in the chat for y'all. Okay. Here's a fun one. Got my watch. You got your Apple Watch, bro? Look at that. He got his Apple Watch. There you go. All right, guys. For $20, there's a question in the chat. What does breaking the sound barrier cause? I'll take Sonic. Guys, flag which one I should take. We have Sonic Bomam. Sonip Bomam? I think we should take Sonip Bomam. Come on. He's there. Come on. Sonip Bomam. Pam, that's right. It is a Sonip Bomam. How did you know? Sonip Bomam. What have I been paying? Pam, what have I been paying you with?
PayPal.
I PayPal you? Okay, PayPal.
Somebody
says, is that French? Yeah. No. It's just guys, it's just a typo because he was typing it fast.
Yeah, I knew somebody would know that, so I'm like, oh, panic.
Right. Yeah, that's not very hard. Gosh, I don't know if I have your info. I'm sorry, I can't find it.
Let me send it to you again. But yeah, it should be at the tip top.
Man, it's almost time for you to start buying, huh? Should be at the top. Oh, is it that email? Oh, is that email the PayPal email? I don't know why I can't hear you. Do you want me to PayPal that email? I can. It doesn't say there's an account on it, but
I don't know why I get kicked off, but yeah. Oh, is it Air Red?
it's Braxton Boxes.
Oh no. That one. Here, let me just send it to you again. Air Red. That's my PayPal one. Yeah, I was gonna ask you in the chat, like, because after the end of the next 2 weeks, I have a deal in closing and another deal in closing. They're scheduled for closing next week. I'll have above 30,000 like saved up.
Let's do a flip. No, that's enough to flip. That's enough to flip. So we have a lender in the Discord who's about 5 to 10% down. And that's going to be of the purchase and rehab. And he has a form in the Discord. He's private money lender. And man, I would recommend flipping a multifamily in Ohio or Detroit. I'd recommend flipping a multifamily in Ohio or Detroit.
Okay. I kind of live in Detroit, so it'd probably be really cool to see. So
Yeah. Oh, right.
that's my question though.
I think Detroit is so here's the thing. I'm nervous. I haven't tried to flip a single family to a retail buyer yet. I think if you're going to flip a single family, you need to be tasteful. I think you need to like think about the backsplash, the flooring, the color of the walls. I think if you're going to flip a single family, it's unlikely that an investor is going to buy it, more likely that a retail buyer is going to buy it. And if a retail buyer is going to buy it, it's got to be pretty as hell. And then for a multifamily, they're scarce. They're kind of scarce in Detroit for whatever reason, which is why I would suggest perhaps another market because then you're opening it up to investors. But flipping a single family could be great. Just note that it has to be, it's got to be done well.
You know that greenhouse you're interested in Detroit? It's like a greenhouse. You're like, it looks really good, and you want to flip it.
Yes.
Someone has that under contract here.
Yeah. What do they have it for?
I think way too high. I think you wanted it at 55. They got it locked up for like 90.
Yeah, no, there was a problem with it. I walked the property, there was something going on with it, and then I was also nervous about the buyer pool for that property because of the ARV was high, and it would have yes, Fullerton, and it would have to no, it's not Fullerton. No, it's not Fullerton. The ARV was high, and it would have to be a retail sale, and I was informed that retail buyers kind of want single families.
Yeah, that's my broker guy here too. He wants 3-1 single family.
Yeah, I really think I think a single family could be good, but just make sure it's pretty. There's lots of
Yeah,
them.
I'm definitely starting to think down that lane now because I have a closing on Thursday and a closing on Friday, next Friday.
How much are those closings for?
4,000 for the first one, and then 21,000 for the second.
Damn, bro, $25,000 on the way. That's what I'm talking about, man. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. We'll talk about it maybe even tomorrow. See if we could find you an actual deal to go under contract for. And we can bring the lender on and be like, hey, I haven't done a flip, or this individual hasn't done a flip before. What are your terms for that? I think it's anywhere from 5 to 10% down if you haven't done a flip before. Next one, $0 down. But honestly, I really want people to start flipping in this community because it's just been, obviously it's been a rocky road for me, but I think I've realized how to avoid the potholes, guys. Anyways, I just got you paid, man. I'm gonna head out. I'm tired as hell. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. It's a little bit over a 3-hour live stream. I'll be live tomorrow, and don't worry, I will get clarity on the Ohio thing. But at the same time, guys, remember what I did with that multifamily in Milwaukee and all those other multifamilies that I'm looking at, guys. There's so many markets around the United States that you can do this in. So don't worry. Just put Ohio on pause until I have a little bit more clarity. All right. I think Kira's going to stick around and answer questions here. Is that why you're here, Kira?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Well, Kira's an experienced wholesaler, guys. She's done a lot of deals. She's been really successful in this community as of late, like up very successful, big assignment fees, and she's gonna answer some questions for you guys. Okay. All right.
Thanks, Richie.
Catch you later. Talk soon, Pam. Bye bye.